And good evening, welcome back. We are here for part 8 of my Let's Play of Steins Gate, live and exclusive to YouTube. I'm your host, Swishbone, for the remainder of the evening, next 3 hours or so. For those of you who've been here many times before, for the likes of Song of Memories, likes of Danganronpa V3, likes of Persona 5 Royal, and Persona 3 FES, the whole 9 yards, thank you very much, and a huge welcome back to all of you. Without you, there simply is no stream. For those of you who've never seen this before, well, good evening to all of you as well. The chat box is open. Please feel free to get your comments in there. I'll do what I can to get through them. But in the meantime, we're cracking on with this chaos theory, which involves a very bizarre plot involving sending a message back before cell phones existed to try and test our theory of time. It's all a bit crazy. Let's find out what's going to happen next. If we can't send it to a cell phone, then we'll send it to a pager! About 22 hours have passed since I made my mind-blowingly awesome proclamation. Mind-blowingly awesome. This guy really thinks like that. Hello? And meantime, I asked the chat, jumping into the chat box saying hi to me and hi to everybody else. Finished the headpiece for your costume. That's fantastic. You say you're tired, but you're happy. That's brilliant news, mate. Absolutely awesome to hear. And, can we say the uncomfortable part? Oh dear. Well, let's find out what happens, I guess. There's not much more I can do. Please let me know what the sound levels are, by the way. If they're a bit too loud or anything, please let me know and I can't dial them back. But for now, everything seems to be smooth. Well, as smooth as one of my streams can be, anyway. Luca enters the lab shyly, just as he did yesterday. He gives me a bashful smile when our eyes meet. Mom had a pager. Yay, that's great, Lukako! Now we can proceed with the experiment. Lukash's girl version will definitely be Moe. Meanwhile, on the stream, also, evening to Avian saying, how's the jab going? Am I feeling okay? I'm feeling as clear as the sunny California sky. I had a bit of soreness on the Friday, it must be said. On the Saturday, it got a bit sorer, but then suddenly cleared up out of absolutely nowhere, and now, no problem at all. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. And apparently no spoilers, of course. Thank you very much, Queen, for reminding everybody in the chat of that. Oh, you... one person who's played this further than I have, about keeping the implications. Apparently, they're going to be quite severe. Let's find out. God help me. Also, changed over for tonight. I've got the cherry Pepsi. It might be grey in LA to you, Queen, but for me, it's always as clear as crystal down there in Cali. Maishi, Kusu, and Daru are already on standby. Sending a D-mail to a pager. Yesterday we argued about whether it's even possible. Eventually we settled on... probably. Data is data, after all. The rest depends on the pager radio wave stations 8 years ago, but it should be fine as long as our data gets through safely. We already googled how to send data to a pager. I don't think Google's going to tell you how to send data to a pager in the past, but does anyone still use pagers? Maybe in the medical field, possibly, but I can't... Is there anyone actually who does still use a pager, I wonder? God, I feel so fucking old. They were once cutting edge. Not anymore. For the pagers back then, you would first enter the other person's pager number, then, if in the Kanto region, enter *2***. That almost sounds like a football score. *2***. After that, you would enter the numbers to send. That's how it worked, apparently. Pages in 1992 could still only send numbers. Phone number display functions were also yet to be implemented, so your number was hidden from the other person by default. Doesn't that sound useless? It can only display numbers and they won't show the one who sent you the message. Oh, Avian, you gotta be kidding. You got up at 6 AM to go to the pop-up clinic for a jab and then got turned away. That's nonsense. Over here, we actually receive like a text message that says, go to this link and book your appointment. I booked it. I clicked the link thinking it'd be like 2 months in the future. No, it said tomorrow. I'm like, booked. I'm there. Done. A few years after that, pages started to implement Japanese character displays, enabling functionalities similar to that of email. Therefore, the email Lukako's about to send, it's technically not a mail though, has to be sent in numerical form. Naturally, I have a conversion table for that on hand. You can find information even from 18 years ago if you just Google it. Do not start going down that rabbit hole, children. Leave the past alone. I was pretty worried by the lack of information on pages at first, but that's my little secret. They don't need to know. Shh.
漆原さん、あとは過去のお母さんに向けての文章をあなた自身で考えて。
Urishibara-san, you need to think about what to send to your mother in the past.
僕がですか
？I do?
自分の夢を叶えたいなら自分自身で道を切り開くがいい。俺たちがしてやれるのはその露払い程度のことだけだ。
If you want to grant your wish, then you must open the door with your own hands. We can only show you the way. I merely showed you the door. You chose to bring chaos upon the world and believe what you wanted to believe. What a twat. Seriously, what a twat. Wow, Queen, that sounds ass backwards. Give everyone in the hotspot a vaccination, whether they need it or not, and then the people who do need it, tell them to wait. I don't follow the logic there. I really don't. I understand. We explained to Lukako the function of the phone wave. They're subject to change. The numbers we're sending are 1-byte characters, so we can send 36 of them. How many times do we have to keep repeating that? We know! The page's number-to-letter conversion system uses 2 numbers to correspond to 1 Japanese character. Furthermore, since you need to import *2*2, that means you can only send 16 hiragana characters. Lukako, understanding everything, takes out a notebook to begin writing drafts for the pager message. I show Lukako the site I found. It reads pager number and letter conversion. Pager typing is commonly known as two-touch typing, or pager input. It's somewhat different from the cell phone input. You choose the consonant and then input the vowel. The consonants are A, K, S, T, N, H, M, Y, R, W. The vowels are A, E, I, U, E, O. Now you see that's wrong, it should be A, E, I, U, O. They've got that the wrong way around, that confused me. And yes, on the charity stream that would be a forfeit, but I'm not on the charity stream. So all is good. Speaking of that, by the way, for the charity stream, I decided, you know, with the punishment that we've got, well, I'm actually going to mix it live on camera. I'm going to have the cold coffee grounds and you're going to see me squirt out the sauce and stir it into the drink. I'm going to prove that I'm doing it. And you're all going to be donating. You're all going to be clicking the link and smashing that donate button. And so what's the story so far, Mr. Jack? Essentially, we found a way to kind of mess with time using a microwave. That's the TLDR version. It's all a bit weirder than that. There's all kinds of strange things that's happened. Basically, to input K, you press 2 to input the consonant K. Then you press 4 for the vowel E. It's from Faris-chan. Oh no! He escaped, Nya! If we don't find him and kill him, misfortune will fall upon Akiba, Nya! His name is the end of Kutorio. He's nimble and small, and cries choo-choo, Nya! Comes here quick! Find the Irish needs your help, Nya! A rat? What kind of cat is girl is afraid of rats? You disappoint me, Faris Nyan Nyan. Oh, no, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to back out. I can help, but it won't be cheap. Go on, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be the merc. This is a pain. Let's just send 831, 831, 831. That should do it. Is that Joey message? Who's Joey, Arista Jackie? What's that a reference to? If it's a reference to anything, I don't know what it is. And Queen, that's got to suck about the constant up and down, even though the numbers go and you still might be on the stay-at-home order. I mean, it's all a bit confusing everywhere in the world at the moment. There's all kinds of rumours about what's happening around here. That's why I'm not speculating live on the internet. I don't want my stream flagged for disinformation. Why 831?
831で野菜じゃん上皇。野菜ってのルカ氏のお母様の頭にすり込めばいいのかと。
8 ya 3 sa 1 e for veggies. Yasai. Duh. Veggies. We just need to draw us into Lucas Shee's mother's brain.
そんなメッセージではいたずら扱いされるだけだ。
Ah, of course, Arista Jack, yes. For some reason I thought you were referencing something else and I didn't quite understand where it came from. She'll just pass that message off as a prank. Then how about 29292929?
一応聞いてやるが、どういう意味だ?
I'm gonna regret asking this. But what does that mean? What? Is she not paying any attention? Ni to ku 9 for meat. Chie, is that you? For steak?
肉好きにさせてどうする?
Why do you want her to like me?
しれないよ。
That's not it. If you keep repeating meat, then she'll actually start to hate meat and want to eat vegetables instead. Don't you think?
あるわねえよ。
Yeah, no. Lukako completes his composition while we speak our nonsense.
こういう内容でどうでしょうか。
How about something like this?
母さん、野菜をたくさん食べてね。
Mom, eat veggies, okay?
そのまますぎじゃね?
Isn't that a little too vague?
冒頭の母さんは不要だろう。余計な疑念を抱かせるだけだ。
And the first mom should go. That'll just make it harder to believe.
じゃあ、野菜をたくさん食べると女の子を産めます。
Then, eat lots of veggies to give birth to a girl.
ひねりすぎるのもね。それに、文字数オーバーしてるわよ。
That's a little too direct, and it's over the character limit.
野菜食べると元気な子を産める。
Eat veggies for a healthy kid.
ちょい待ち。この変換表によると濁点も数字2個で表現しないとダメっぽい。
Wait a sec. According to this conversion chart, it looks like you gotta use 2 more numbers to voice consonants.
その文章だと半角4文字オーバーする。
So that sentence is 4 bytes over.
ならば少し改変だ。野菜食うと元気な子を産めるでどうだ?
Then a little modification. How about eat veg for a healthy kid?
言い方が下品じゃない？相手は漆原さんのお母さんでしょ？ 空との部分通じるかな？
Isn't that a little too informal? You're talking to Urishibara-san's mother, you know. Would she understand the veg 4 part?
ならば代案を出してもらおうか。
You have any bright ideas? Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and says no more. Then it's settled.
じゃあ早速打ってみようよ。
Come on, let's type it out! When sending to a pager, the number encoded message is handled like a telephone number, so we enter the input into the X68000. Asterisk 2, asterisk 2, 813 1122 313 4524 040 322 5125 021 37493. The long, random-looking string of numbers is complete.
よし、準備万端 OK だ。
Alright, we're good to go. Now we just activate the phone wave, name subject to change, and have Lukako call. The microwave timer is set to 154.152 seconds. It should arrive around January 1st, 1993. The margin of error is around 1 to 3 days, I guess. Leap year calculations are pain, so I ignored it. Alistair Jack, I really fucking hope not. Having to recall that code. I'll be cheating out going up onto my channel and pulling up the video to watch it at the same time. Blowing everyone's hearing out with the random playback of 2 different live streams. Lukako's slender finger starts to tremble on top of the enter button.
いいか。起動するぞ。
Ready? I'm starting it up. Lukako looks at me with tears in his eyes, then nods faintly. The discharge phenomenon soon occurs. Lukako flinches and takes a step back, but then I see determination flare in his eyes. He sets his jaw and pushes the enter button. Yeah, we've had a time leap, and it's quite a significant one actually. We've gone back quite a long way. We've gone from the 5s into the mid-4s. A wave of dizziness hits me again. I place a hand on the table to support myself, and the dizziness slowly fades. Oops, that would be a penalty because I had a hand. Little by little, colour returns to the world. Reading Steiner activated again. Did the word line change? I look around the room. Unlike what happened with Moeka, Lukako's still here. He blushes when he notices my stare. Okabe-san, could you please not look at me like that? Oh no. Oh dear. I fold my arms and tilt my head. Lukako's appearance hasn't changed a bit. Oh. I didn't expect it to happen that fast. I really didn't. I pay particular attention to his chest, and his chest, and his chest. As a guy, it's natural for him to have no breasts. Some of the lines in this game, seriously, some of the lines in this game, just what the fuck? But if he's a girl now, then that's a different story. Just because he's a girl does not mean you can look. You fucking creep. That washboard isn't tiny breast level. It's no breast level.
これは失敗か。
It didn't work? So the eat lots of vegetables to give birth to a girl thing Karisu talked about was nothing but fringe science. No, it was nothing but bollocks, that's what it was. What kind of scientist believes such a flimsy theory anyway? Ah, so they actually updated that in Elite and Queen. I'm glad to hear it. That's one change that's kind of good. Absolutely. And don't encourage him, Avian. Do not encourage him. What didn't work? Everyone, including Lukako, looks at me in confusion.
何言って、お前たち揃いも揃ってボケているのか？たった今この電話レンジカッコ仮で。
Don't you remember? Just now we used the phone wave, name subject to change, to... I slap a hand over my mouth as soon as I start talking. That was careless of me. As our previous experiments proved, the activation of reading Steiner means that the word line has changed. And I'm the only one who carries his memories through the change. Nobody else here knows what we did.
いや、なんでもない。
Sorry, it's nothing. Afterwards, Mayuri and Lukako happily go out shopping for lunch at a neighborhood convenience store.
クリスティーナよ。一つ聞きたいのだが、ルカコは。
Christina, I want to ask you something. Is Lukako...
今度はどんな変態的行為を考えてるんだ。あんたたち変態コンビは油断も隙もないな。
What pervy acts are you thinking about this time? Can't be too careful around the perv duo.
変態コンビじゃねえ。僕たちは変態紳士コンビだ。
We're not a perv duo. We're a pervy gentleman duo. Unless we make it any fucking better. I wish we'll find out, Queen. I guess something must have changed. It's a question, as you say, of what. And yeah, absolutely, Iris the Jack. Staring at someone. Cons, you don't do that. Do not do that.
どうでもいい。ほんと、どうでもいい。
Seriously, whatever, seriously. Damn, I can't ask now. It's really annoying that no one remembers. And yet, Queen, you're right. Akabe doesn't have to be the recipient to remember the time before, which means it's about him and not about the phone. I don't want to think about how Karisu might react if I suddenly ask, is Lukako a girl? I should wait until I can get Lukako alone and check then. Ugh. But considering how his appearance hasn't changed at all, it's very likely that the sex change failed. In that case, what did Lukako's D-mail change? Yep, absolutely, Avian. Do not touch and do not take pics unless consent is given. Cosplay is not consent. I sadly experienced that firsthand. Not me personally, but I did see it happen. It wasn't fun. It's just like the Moeko experiment. The result is different from what we expected. The real problem is that we have no control. Just going to do a quick save here because on the last stream we had a brief crash. So I'm definitely going to be saving more often, in the words of Monome. It's a good point, Avian. How is he going to check? He's like, well, actually, I don't want to think about how he's going to check. It makes me think of something else. Ugh. After I leave the lab, I head to May Queen plus Nyan Square to think. Darius sits in front of me, waiting impatiently for Faris to bring our order.
Daru, D-mail についてどう思う?
Daru, what do you think about D-mail?
すごいような、すごくないような。
It's cool, but it's kind of lame at the same time.
すごくないと思った理由は?
What's lame about it?
フェイリスタンとのライネット勝負の結果を改変できなかったお。
I couldn't use it to win my Rhinet match against Faris-chan. Now that's a selfish reason.
何度かの実験で分かったが、D メールの精度はまだ信頼できるレベルには達していない。
As our experiments have shown, D-mail still hasn't reached a reliable level of precision.
運の要素が絡んでくるのは装置としては欠陥だ。もっと送り手側がコントロールできるようにならなければ、実用性が低いままのガラクタに終わる。
A true time machine must remove luck from the equation. The phone wave, name subject to change, is useless unless we can somehow give the sender more control. For starters, there's the problem of how I'm the only one who can recognise the changes. Without my special power, we wouldn't even be able to check the results of the experiment. Ridiculous.
確かに結果出てないよな。ロト6当てるって件はどうなったん？
Yeah, we aren't getting results. What about the lot of 6?
保留中だ。
Pending. Although it was Lukako's mistake that cost us the prize, he wouldn't have been in a position to make that mistake if I hadn't asked him to buy the ticket in my stead. Why did I do that? It's as if Steins Gate guided the money away from my grasp. Arista Jack, there is an anime series of Steins Gate. Now, for Persona 3, there are 4 anime movies. For Persona 4, there are 2 animes, and for Persona 5, there's 1 anime as well. So they're the Persona animes out there. They do exist. There's also manga for Persona as well. I've got the first 3 volumes of Persona 5. Yeah, say it's an interesting point, Avian. You say that like you might be able to change the past, but then the world tries to correct it. It's a plot line that's been explored in multiple movies and storylines before, where you can move one thing around, but then something happens to try and move it back. So as you say, Ocarina not actually winning the lottery. Oh, that's a technical queen. It's 3 OVAs, isn't it? There's the 2 OVAs that actually end the story, and then there's the special OVA, which I'm not going to mention because it's kind of a spoiler if I say what it is. No, I need to think positive.
この法院京馬ともあろう男がこんなところでつまずいていられるものか。俺は諦めたりはしない。なぜなら俺がマッドサイエンティストだからだ。
Hoin Kiyoma will not let this keep him down. I won't give up, for I am a mad scientist.
言葉の意味はわからんが、とにかくすごい自信だ。
I don't understand what you're saying, but you sure seem confident about it.
あの電話レンジカッコ仮でゆくゆくは人間をそれも過去ばかりでなく未来にも向けて送り出すことができるように改良する。改良してみせる。いや、改良しなくてはならないのだ。
Someday we will improve the phone wave. Name subject to change, so that it may be used to send things not only to the past, but also to the future. We'll improve it. No, we must improve it.
それがシュタインズゲートの選択なのだからな。
For that is the choice of Steins Gate! A time machine? Faris is standing right next to me. Where the hell did she come from?
オノレフェイリス、盗み聞きとは卑劣な。
Damn you, Faris! Eavesdropping is cowardly.
何言ってるのにゃ。京馬の声が大きすぎて店中に響き渡ってたにゃ。
What do you mean? Your voice is so loud it echoes through the whole store, Nia. What? No! Once again, I leak classified information concerning the future of mankind. It's Mayashi. What does she want? Wow, remember how you were talking about Joy Sam before? Well, I just saw him on the street. The real thing. I got to shake his hand. I'll go with the standard talking answer, I think, for that one. Say, Akabe is a twat queen, but again, if you're gonna do a role of a character like this, you gotta have some fun with it. It's about the only fun I can have playing as Akabe, because Akabe's a fucking cunt. There, I said it. Uncensored. You're welcome. Here's your iced coffee and your iced tea and cat food. Thanks for waiting, Nian. Daru's order of cat food is one of this maid cafe's specialities. I don't like where that's going. It's not the usual miso over rice, but a stylish risotto instead. That's it, you gotta be method, Avian. You have to be method. Might as well go with it. It's one of Daru's favourites. It's actually pretty tasty. Faris places the iced coffee in front of me. Do you want milk and syrup, Nyan? No! If Kyoma's gonna be like that, I'll pull it all in, Nyan. You need sugar for a healthy brain, Nyan. Despite my refusal, Faris pours all of the milk and syrup into my glass. Ew. Ew. Ugh. Too much syrup and too much milk in a coffee is minging. It also makes it freezing cold, so all you want to do is drink it too quickly. Then I get iced coffee, so of course it's going to be freezing fucking cold. I'm sipping. I'm just grateful it's not the punishment pot. Nyan, 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 nyan. Then, speaking some nonsense incantation, she mixes my iced coffee with the straw. And the whole time, she stares straight into my eyes. And I mean, just look at those eyes as well. Those eyes are the eyes of... I might look syrupy and sweet, but I'm actually secretly an assassin who's going to kill you. I may have just predicted the ending of the game there. I have a habit of doing that on my streams. If that happens... Throwback to us... There it is! Faris 10's secret technique! Eye contact mix mix! Darius starts explaining in excitement. Most mates can't do that spurly little. Your Faris 10 makes it look easy. That's why I love her. It's because of this secret technique that Faris 10 reigns supreme as May Queen's #1 maid. The iced coffee in the glass changes from black to brown. Damn, she's dragging me into her pace again. Next, Faris performs the same secret technique on Daru. Thank you, Faris 10! I'll be sure to savor it! He bows deeply. Such a polite man. I take a sip of my iced coffee. Its bitterness and sweetness flow down my throat. When I look up, I see Faris 10 standing next to me, her silver tray in front of her waist. And he's not wrong. It is there to be seen. Do you need something? I want to hear the rest, Nya. Kilmer and Darren, Nya, we're having a little fun chit-chat, Nya. Something about a time machine. Faris really wants to hear, Nyan. Oh god, she's really turning on the gushing face there. You've got the little sparkly eyes, you've got the little tear ducts, you've got the blushing cheeks. And all the weaves are just like... kawaii! Why did I do that? Why did I do that live on the internet? What am I doing? She gives me a babyish look with upturned eyes. But I firmly reject her. Oh, you evil man. It's top secret, not for outsiders. And who's big mouth at the whole store here, Nya?
リスに教えてほしいにゃ。
Tell Ferris, Darren. You find that looks scary, Avian? Well, there you go. It's staring you in the face again. You're welcome. And you say, yeah, Queen, the girl is punny. Well, it's part of the charm, I suppose. She's targeting Daru now. Don't underestimate him, Faris Nyan Nyan. Daru is my most trustworthy right-hand man, the wizard-class super hacker. He won't be tricked into divulging classified information.
実はメールを過去に送れるっていうすげえマシンを作ったんだお。主に僕が。
We built an amazing machine that can send emails to the past. I did most of the work, of course. And he's broken. Women are scary.
それってつまりタイムマシンってことにゃ。
Is that a time machine, yeah?
そういうことになるかな。
I guess you could say that.
タイムマシンを作ったなんてすっごいにゃ。フェイリスはダルニャンの頭の良さにキュンキュンしそうだにゃ。
Wow, you're awesome, yeah? Your big brain makes my heart race, yeah?
マジで？困ったな。うへうへ。
You mean it? Now I'm embarrassed. Dumbass, what's with that grin? Yeah, you say he folds like a kitchen towel, Queen. Not like one of mine. I normally throw mine on a hook. I don't normally fold them.
フェイリスはタイムマシンに乗って時間旅行するのが夢なのにゃ。
Fairy dreams are going on a journey through time, yeah?
僕がいつか連れてってあげるよ。
I'll bring you along someday.
ダル、安請け合いするな。
Daru, don't make promises you can't keep.
ところで昔から疑問だったんやけど、時間ってどんなものなのかにゃ。
By the way, it's been bugging me. But what is time anyway, yeah?
何？
What?
よく時間を川に例えて過去から未来に向かって流れてるとか言うにゃ。
Time is often compared to a river, yeah? Flowing from past to future.
でも本当にそうなのかにゃ。
But is that really how it is, yeah?
もし川の流れだとして過去と未来に挟まれた現在はどこにあるのにゃ。それは点なのか線なのか、そもそもどこからどこまでが現在なのにゃ。
And all of a sudden she's revealed, as I thought, that she's a lot more intelligent than she's letting on. If time is a river, then where is the present, Nia? Is it a point? Is it a line? Where does the present begin and end, Nia?
そういえば漠然とイメージはあるけど真面目に考えたことはないな。
Now that you mention it, I only have a vague concept of time. Never gave it any serious thought.
現在は川の上に浮かぶ葉っぱだ。それは過去から未来へと流れに沿って動いていく。
The present is a leaf floating on the river. It moves along with the flow from past to future.
そんじゃその葉っぱに全ての人間が乗ってるって考えればいいのかにゃ。死んだら葉っぱから落ちるってことになるのにゃ。
So, are we riding on that leaf, Nia? When you die, do you fall off, Nia?
そういうことだろう。その葉っぱのある地点より川の上流は過去、下流が未来と定義できる。
You could say that. All points upstream from the leaf are the past. Downstream, the future.
ふにゃー。でも
Come now.
その葉っぱは人間にとっての現在にゃ。
But is that leaf the only present for humans, Nia?
というと
Meaning...
人間が時間に単位を作って観測してるから葉っぱは現在だってわかるにゃ。けど
Humans make units to define and observe time, which is how we know this leaf is the present.
例えば全宇宙すべての生き物が絶滅しちゃった世界だと現在を観測できる存在がいなくなっちゃうと思うのにゃ。
But if every living thing in the universe went extinct, nothing would exist to observe the present, Nia.
その場合どこが現在になるのにゃ。
In that case, where would the present go, Nia?
神様とか宇宙の意志とかが観測するんじゃね？
Wouldn't something like God or the world of the universe observe it? And yeah, Avian, you're quite right. Multiple presents. The multiverse theory. You change to different multiverses. That's one of the theories that Taita talked about early on, wasn't it? What did he call it? It wasn't the multi-dimensional, but it was something like that.
じゃあもしその神様が4次元的存在だとしたら、過去にも未来にも自由に生きることになるにゃ。
But what if God is a four-dimensional being who can freely move through time, yeah? Go on, now let's take the 4D list. Yep. Four-dimensional space-time is comprised of 3 spatial dimensions, plus the 4th dimension, time. 3-dimensional beings, like humans, can only move in 3 spatial dimensions. A 4-dimensional being would be able to move through time as easily as humans can move through air. Meanwhile, pager, an early method of receiving wireless messages. Service in Japan started around 1968. After support for text data was added in the 1990s, pagers grew in popularity among high school girls. However, pagers were soon replaced by cellular phones. Pager service was terminated in 2007. Well, that answers my other question, does anyone still use a pager? According to this game, the answer is no, because you can't, even if you wanted to. Huh?
その神様の現在が基準になるなら、フェイリスたちの現在も過去方向に行ったり未来方向に行ったりしないとおかしいにゃ。
If God is the one who decides the present, then won't our present move with him, yeah? This is hard.
つまり現在は観測者の主観に委ねられると言いたいのか？
So what you're saying is that the present is subjective to the observer.
もしそうなら、過去と未来も主観次第になっちゃうにゃ。
If we go with that assumption, then the past and the future also depend on the observer, Nyan?
もしタイムマシンでフェイリスが1週間前にタイムトラベルしたとしたら、京馬やダルニャンの現在とフェイリスの現在は1週間ずれちゃうにゃ。
If Varys were to use a time machine to travel back 1 week, then Kioma and Daranyan's present would become Varys' future, Nya?
そういえばそうだな。
I guess that makes sense.
だとしたらそのズレは葉っぱだとどうやって表現するのにゃ？
So how does the leaf model reflect that difference, Nya? Neither Daru nor I has an answer to that one. Perhaps nobody has an answer. Just like the collapse of causality thing that Karisu mentioned. Does that mean that time machines and time travel are impossible after all? But CERN's jellified test subjects physically travelled as far back as 1921.
そもそも観測者の主観に委ねられるなら時計は関係なくなっちゃうのにゃ。
Anyway, if everything depends on the observer, then clocks are meaningless, Nyan?
楽しい時間は早く過ぎるし、辛い時は時間が過ぎるのが遅く感じるにゃ。つまり主観だと時間の流れは変動しちゃうにゃ。
Fun times fly, and hard times drag, Nyan. In other words, the flow of time changes depending on your point of view, Nyan.
そういえばさ、年を取るにつれて時間の流れって速くなってるような気がするよな。
Speaking of which, as you grow older, it feels like time starts to flow faster, doesn't it?
ジャネの法則だな。
Janet's Law. Oh, go on then, what's this one? A perspective on the passage of time proposed by psychologist Janet. Just Janet, you know, we're not got like a Dr. Janet or whatever, or Dr. something Janet, just Janet. For some reason, as one ages, time seems to pass by more quickly. For example, 1 year is 1/7 of a 7-year-old's life, but only 1/70 of a 70-year-old's life. By this reasoning, the subjective length of time is inversely proportional to age. I call bullshit on that one.
とまあ、フェイリスはたまにそんなことを考えてるのにゃ。だから安易に時間を川の流れに例えるのはちょっと違うような気がするのにゃ。
Varys thinks about this stuff sometimes, Nya. I think time might not be something as simple as a river, Nya.
考えれば考えるほどこんがらがってきた罠。
And yes, Avian, that's something that I've been contemplating for a while. We know about their failures. What we don't know about are their successes. This is why I really, really hope I'm wrong about Okabe being John Titor. I really don't want that to be true. I do not want that to happen. I will be very, 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 very disappointed. Yeah, the more you think about it, the more complicated it gets. The strict definition of time, similar to the question of where is the self, is one of humanity's eternal questions. Countless renowned scholars have left this question unanswered. There's no way amateurs like us can answer it. But there's one thing I can do.
案ずるな。俺たちが開発するタイムマシンはそういう哲学的であったり物理学的考察など関係なく時空跳躍を可能にしてしまうのだな。そうだよな、ダル。
Fret not! Though physics and philosophy may deny us, our machine has made time travel possible! Am I correct, Daru?
そうそう、そういうこと。
Yeah, that's right!
にゃー、開き直っちゃったにゃ。
Yeah, looks like you guys have kicked reason to the curb, Nia.
でもダルニャンたちの作ったタイムマシンフェイリスも使ってみたいにゃ。ダメかにゃ。
But Ferris wants to use the time machine too, Nia. Can I, please?
まあ、僕の権限ならフェイリスタンにも使わせてあげなくもないよ。
Sure, I'll let you use it as much as you want, Ferris-tan.
本当かにゃ。約束だにゃ。
Really? Nia? Then it's a promise, Nia?
ダル、勝手なことをほざくな。
Daru, don't decide things on your own. And I know worries out, Shaq. Go get you some kit, mate, since you've been busy with the whole costume. Take care of yourself. Have a good night, mate. Faris springs up with joy and hugs Daru's rotund body. Rotund. Come on, game. I've heard of typo, but rotund? The T and the U aren't even next to each other on the keyboard. How have you managed that one? That's all it takes to make Daru look like he's died and gone to heaven. After killing some time at May Queen, I'll leave Daru and head back to the lab. The only person there is Mayuri. She's working on a costume.
マユリよ、今のお前の姿はまるで内職で夜なべしているようだぞ。
Mayuri, you're like a housewife burning the midnight oil to bring more money home. I wasn't aware that was a word. Eggs on my face this time, people. Thank you for that in the chat, you two. I've never heard that word. I've actually never heard that word before. Never. That's a word I've never actually heard. Never heard of it. And having seen what the menu, what the actual meaning of it is, well, I was on the right wavelength, but I'm not very proud of that one. Not proud of that at all. Not cool. Definitely not cool. Way south of cool.
夜鍋って何？夜にお鍋を食べるの？
Midnight oil? Are we eating? Kids these days.
ちなみにね、マユシーはコスでお金は取らない主義なのです。
Besides, Mayushi doesn't charge for her costumes. Open an Etsy store. We'll be able to make all the experiments we want. Was Etsy a thing in 2009? Now that I think about it, I'm not sure. Seems like she understood the rest of what I said. It was just a joke, anyway.
趣味は趣味のままがいいもん。それにね、自分の作ったコスを せなんだ。
Hobbies should just be hobbies, you know? It makes me happy to see someone wearing a costume I made.
将来は服飾デザイナーにでもなるのか？
Do you want to become a designer? Come to think of it, Mayuri's never talked about her future.
それは無理だよ。
No way! It's too hard!
だったら将来の夢は何だ？ちなみに俺は世界の支配構造を打ち崩すことだ。
Then what is your dream? Mine is to destroy the system and plunge the world into chaos.
マヨシーはとりあえずね、このラボでのんびりやっていきたいな。
Mayushi just wants to keep hanging out in the lab. And agreed, Avian. Yes, sell them for cash. Make some money. It's always good.
何？生涯ラボ面宣言か？その志の高さは買うが、このラボは採算度外視なのだ。飯は食っていけないぞ。
What? You want to be a lab mem forever? I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this lab has no interest in profit. You'll always be hurting for food.
ねえねえオカリン、ラボメン6人になったね。こんなに増えるなんてね、マヨシーは思ってもなかったよ。
You know, Ocarine, we have 6 lab mems now. Isn't it amazing? Mayushi never expected we'd grow this big. That's a sudden change in topic. And for some reason, she's puffing her chest out in pride. Yes, of course you pay attention to her chest, don't you, Akabe? Making sure I'm saving that before I carry on.
マヨシーが人質になった甲斐があったかも。
It's all because Mayushi became your hostage.
いいな。断じていいなだ。我がラボに集った者たちは全員、この俺の策略によりまんまとラボ面にさせられた連中に過ぎないのだからな。
No, that has nothing to do with it. I tricked every last one of you into joining with my masterful manipulations.
そういう言い方は良くないと思うな。それにね、マヨシーはまんまとさせられてないよ。
You shouldn't say things like that. And besides, you didn't trick me.
あ、そうだったな。お前は自分からこのラボに来たのだった。
That's true. You came of your own volition. And yeah, that's a fair point, Avian. If she sells them for cheap, it'd be a way for her to see people wearing her costumes. Good logic. I like that. She joined the lab without my ever asking. When she appeared in the doorway and offered to join, I thought she was a goddess sent from heaven. What a loser.
ねえ、オカリン。
Ocarine!
オカリンはこれからもマヨシーのこと人質にしておいてくれる？
Oh god. Oh no. Can Mayushi still be your hostage? Is that a joke or a serious question? I can't tell.
お前は人質のままでいたいのか？
Is that what you want? Well... Mayuri drops the costume in her hand. And then she smiles shyly.
痛いかも。
Maybe it is.
なんというド M な娘だ。お前がそんなはしたない女だったとは思わなかったぞ。
Such a masochist! I had no idea! Huh?
だって人質でいればね、マヨシーは寂しくないし、オカリンも寂しくないから。
But I mean, as long as I'm your hostage, Mayushi won't be lonely, and neither will Ocarine.
そうか。
I see. Sometimes Mayuri throws me off my game. But if that's her reason for staying at the lab, then I'm happy.
そろそろマヨシーは帰るね。
Ah, I better get going. Mayuri stands up and starts putting away her various sewing tools.
マヨリ、
Mayuri! Huh?
帰りがけに何か食っていくか。おごるぞ。
I'm gonna get something to eat on the way back. My treat. Hey, he's finally been smooth. For the first time all game, he's actually said something normal.
本当？どうしたの？
Really? You never treat me.
今日の俺は気分がいいのだ。
I'm in a good mood today.
じゃあね、キッチン二郎がいいな。
Then how about Kitchen Jiro?
あそこのメンチカツはね、神なのです。
Their minced cutlet is, god tier. She'll get no argument from me.
任せるがいい。
Just leave it to me.
わーい、オカリン大好き。マユシーはとっても幸せだよ。
Yay! I love you, Okarine. Mayashi's really happy. Well, at least she's easy to please. Mayuri and I head for Kitchen Jiro. After that, I'll see her safely to the station. And so far, it's just a typical relation thing, and we're not going to see what happens. Oh. I spend the next morning doing laundry at a nearby laundromat. When I return to the lab just past noon, Daru, Mayuri, and Karisu are all assembled. But firstly, there's mail. From Faris. I told you! It's too late, Nya! Too late? What are you talking about? You haven't told me anything. Hey, Saviour. Oh, he's slightly less of an arse. Only slightly. Only a little. Only a little.
土曜日なのにご苦労。研究熱心なラボメンばかりで頼もしい限りだ。
Thanks for coming in on Saturday. Your devotion to science makes me proud.
そうよね。
Yeah. Karisu sighs deeply.
夏真っ盛りのこの時期にバカンスにも行かずにこんな暑苦しい場所で変態どもと話してるなんて。
It's the middle of summer, but instead of going on vacation, I'm stuck in this sauna with a bunch of pervs.
どこで選択を誤ったんだろう。
Where did I go wrong? She's really giving us a verbal beatdown, which you deserve. You find them enjoyable, a little cringy to watch, Queen? Are you on about me doing the voices or the character Akabe here? Don't answer that.
涙を拭け。友達が一人もいない実験大好きっ子よ。
Wipe your tears, you experiment-loving girl without a single friend.
泣いたらんわ。
I'm not crying.
だいたいメールで呼びつけたのはあんただろ。
Besides, you're the one who told us to be here.
いかにも俺だ。だが律儀にそれに従い、こうして時間通りにラボへ来たのはお前の意志だ。
Indeed, but the one who obeyed my orders and arrived on time was you.
クリスチャンはね、
I told you not to answer that, Queen.
とても素直で真面目な女の子
Hey,
なんだ
you, one job,
マユシー
one
は
job.
思うな。
Just one job, one. You know, Chris Chan is actually a very honest and hard-working girl. That's what Mayushi thinks. Mayuri smiles as she eats some nuggets from McDee's. Oh, geez. Let me think what this is in reference to. Come on, let's see how bad it is. A fast food hamburger chain boasting top market share based in America. Yeah, that's fictional. Yep. Top market share.
そんなクリスチャンがね、マユシーはとっても愛おしいのです。
That's what makes her so adorable. Huh? What?
ナゲット食べながらいきなり何言い出すのよこの子。
How can this girl say something like that while eating a nugget? Don't let it bother you. That's just Mayuri's nature. Oh, yeah, typical excuse. You're on vacation for another 3 days. Uh-huh, okay. I've been with her for a long time, so I'm used to it.
ユリフラグですね。 わかります？
Oh. A Yuri flag. I get it. No, I'm not expanding that text. We don't need to go there.
絡んでよろしい。
Please, I get it.
はい、クリスチャンにナゲット1個あげるね。
Here, Christian, have a nugget.
ありがとう。
Thanks. While listening to their heartwarming banter, I go to put my laundry on the table. However...
そんなところに置くなよ。汚いな。
Don't put that there. It's filthy.
洗濯済みだ。
I just washed them.
知るか。年頃の女子がいる前にパンツを含む洗濯物を堂々と置くのはデリカシーなさすぎだろって言ってんの。
She's got a point. She's not fucking wrong. Like I care. What kind of guy puts his underwear in a girl's face? Have some decency.
俺のパンツが気になってしょうがないのならばそう言え。
Fail. Mission failed. If you're not interested in my underwear, then just say so. What?
気になってなんかないわよ。
I'm not interested at all.
2人ともパンツ言うの禁止。マユシーは食事中なんだよ。
Come on, guys. No more talking about underwear. Mayashi's trying to eat here, okay? I'm with you, Mayashi. Good call. Good button on the conversation.
そうは言いつつも口にナゲットを運ぶ手は止めないのな。
How can you say that when you're still shoveling nuggets into your mouth?
俺の話の腰を折るな。
Don't interrupt me. I end up putting my laundry in the changing room, where it belongs.
昨日ダルには話したが、これまでの一連の実験の結果を受けて気づいたことがある。
As I explained to Daru yesterday, I've noticed something about the results of our experiments.
D メールには不確定要素が強すぎるということだ。結果に対する確実な保証がない。
D-mails have too many uncertain variables. We can never be sure what will happen when we send one.
しょうがないんじゃない？受け取った側がどういう対応をするかに結果が委ねられているんだから。
It's not like we can do anything about that. After all, the result is up to whoever receives the mail.
逆に言えば相手の性格、性質を分析し誘導させることだって可能かもしれないし。
Of course, if you can analyze the recipient's psychology, then you might be able to manipulate them into doing what you want.
そういう心理学的な要素を考えるのはどこぞの法王院パンツさんには無理かもしれないけど。
Though that might be a little too much for her in underwear here.
マキセ氏さ、パンツって言いたいだけちゃうんかと。
You just wanted to say underwear, didn't you?
パンツはともかくとして D メールにまだ博打のような感覚があるのは確実。
Underwear aside, the fact is that the D-mail is still far from complete. I need a more reliable time machine before I can expose CERN and the organization and plunge the world into chaos.
そこで今回諸君に集まってもらったのは他でもない。本日の円卓会議の議題は
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I called you here today. The purpose of today's roundtable conference is...
またいつの間にか円卓会議にされてるし。
Another round table?
そんなに円卓会議やりたいならせめて円卓を買ってきなさいよ。
If you want a roundtable conference that much, at least go buy a round table.
違うよクリスちゃん。この前オカリンが言ってたけど、円卓はみんなの心の中にあるんだって。
Remember what Okarin said, Chris-chan? The round table is in our hearts.
まゆりさんって本当に純真な子なのね。でも岡部の言うことはあんまり真に受けない方がいい。
Mayuri-san, you're really innocent, but you shouldn't take everything Okabe says seriously.
そうなの？
Really?
円卓の定義など今はどうでもいいのだ。それよりも議題は
The round table doesn't matter now. More importantly, the purpose of today's meeting.
D メールではなく、セルンと同じように物理的タイムトラベルを行う方法を模索したいという件についてだ。
Is to explore methods of true physical time travel, not just D-mail, with the objective of sending someone to the past like CERN has.
バカ言わないで。
Don't be ridiculous. Well, that was fast. And she's glaring at me even harder than she was during the whole underwear thing.
セルンがあれだけの大規模な装置を使ってすでに9年もかけてるのに、まだ成功すらしてないんだぞ。
CERN has the best equipment in the world, and even after 9 years they still haven't succeeded.
私たちにどうにかできるわけないじゃない。
We can't possibly hope to accomplish something like that.
ゲルオカリンになっちゃうね。
You become a Jello-Karin!
ゲロカエルン的なつうかあれなんで流行ったんだろうな。
Kinda sounds like Giro Froggy. Why did those things get popular anyway? Go on then, what's the tip list here? Yep, Giro Frog. A series of plush stats featuring an ugly cute frog character which became a fad among high school girls in Shibuya 1 year ago. After the Shibuya earthquake, the series was cancelled and their popularity faded rapidly. Meanwhile, for flag, a metafiction term refers to common methods of foreshadowing particular events. A death flag, for example, suggests that a character will die shortly. Death flags and romance flags are the most frequent.
いや、笑い事じゃなく。
This isn't a laughing matter.
諦めるには早すぎるのではないか。我らはすでに D メールという人類史上初の快挙を達成したではないか。
Isn't it too early to give up? Haven't we already succeeded with D-mail, a first in human history?
だから史上初じゃないって。セルンの方が先じゃね？
But we're not the first. Didn't CERN do it before us?
人類史上初の時空を超えるメール。それを成し遂げた俺たちに不可能という文字はない。
Humanity's first time-traveling email. For we who have achieved that miracle, nothing is impossible. I mean, the impossible is impossible. The impossible is possible. You just got to make it so, I suppose. I mean, how are they going to actually do this? All they've got is the phone wave. Where are they going to get the power from? How are they going to decide the time? And haven't we already been leaping through time with no control? There's more answers to come here. There has to be.
根拠のない自信ね。そもそも D メールが使えるようになったのだって単なる偶然じゃない。
Such baseless confidence. Anyway, wasn't it just a coincidence that we discovered D-mail?
未だにリフターに代替しているものが何なのかすら解明できていない。
We still haven't figured out what's functioning as the lifter.
それが解明できればいいのだろう。
We just need to figure that out, don't we?
全然ダメ。
It's futile.
セルンですら解決できていない問題にはどう対処する？
How do you solve a problem that even CERN can't figure out?
局所場指定ができないんじゃどこに飛ぶかわからない。
If you can't set the destination, then you don't know where you'll leap to. Quantum Leap, the TV series. Is that you?
何もない宇宙のど真ん中に飛ばされるのはごめんだお。
I'll pass on leaping into deep space, thanks. That is a problem. If you can't control where you'll end up, your time machine is worthless.
いや、ちょっと待て。
Wait a second.
D メールは局所場指定をしていないぞ。にもかかわらず、きちんと指定先に届いている。これはどう説明する？
We don't set the destination when we send a D-mail, yet it still arrives where it's supposed to. How do you explain that?
言われてみれば。
Now that you mention it,
メルアド指定してるからちゃんと届いてるんじゃね？
you set the mail address, right? Isn't that enough?
そうなのかな。携帯の電波なんて何千万キロも離れた場所から捕捉できるとは思えないけど。
Is it? I don't think a phone signal can be received from millions of kilometers away.
電波が届かないところにいますってなるんじゃないかなってマユシーは思います。
I bet you get a busy signal or something. I stare at my phone.
あるいは携帯電話はブラックホールとホワイトホールを兼ねているのかもしれん。
Maybe our cell phones are acting like black holes and white holes. Right, if this now references Red Dwarf, I will give Steins Gate loads of points. The reverse of a black hole. While nothing can escape a black hole, everything is ejected from a white hole. The existence of white holes is hinted at theoretically, but actual proof is impossible. They have never been observed. No, it didn't. You had an opportunity to reference Red Dwarf then, and I would have given you 1,000,000 points. Shameful. You had an open goal and you missed.
憶測で物を言うべきじゃない。そんなの根拠ゼロよ。
You shouldn't speculate like that. You have zero basis.
ワームホールができている可能性は？
Is it possible that we form a wormhole?
未だかつてワームホールの実在が確認されたことはない。
No wormholes have ever been confirmed to exist. I groan. Kurisu and Daru fall silent. The problem has them stumped too. Maya is the only one smiling. She probably doesn't understand and is just smiling because she feels like it.
いずれにせよ、厳然たる事実として D メールは過去に届いている。それがセルンに対して俺たちがリードしている点だ。
In any case, the cold hard truth is that D-mails arrive precisely when and where we want them to. Kinda like a wizard, they arrive precisely when they mean to. We're ahead of CERN in that regard.
タイムトラベルについても D メールを応用すれば実現の可能性はあるのではないか。
Now, can we apply D-mail technology to physical time travel?
でもさ、D メールじゃ36バイトプラスアルファのデータ量しか送れないじゃん。
But with D-mails, you can only send 36 bytes of data. Interesting point, Avian. So you say that the opposite end of a black hole is a white hole, and it exits into another universe, which is kind of similar to what's happened, hasn't it? Yes, it would appear we're falling through a hole. But with the amount of energy required to create a collapsed star, how does that even work? No way you can send a whole person with that kind of limit. It's the same problem that CERN is having, and the reason their subjects turn into jellymen.
ゲルオカリンになりたければ止めないわよ。
If you want to become Gelocarin, I'm not stopping you. Recalling the fate of CERN's researchers makes my skin crawl. Kerr black holes, ring singularities, supergravitational space-time distortions. If you can adjust the Lister's volume of electron injection, you might be able to make the ring singularities naked. But even CERN is having a hard time controlling the lifter. Even if we do figure out what's functioning as the lifter in our time machine, I doubt we'll be able to solve the problem easily. Meaning that at present, we can only send a mere 36 bytes of data. I wonder how much data there is in a human body. Not much in mine, I'll tell you that much for free. I bet it's more than an exabyte. Terabytes of... Oh, wow. 10 to the power of 18. Previous is a kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta, exa. In order of increasing magnitude. 1 exa equals 1 quintillion. 1 quintillion bytes. Might just be enough data for one of my streams then. 1 quintillion bytes.
物理的転送なんて考えない方が身のためね。データだけのタイムトラベルだけでもすごいことなんだから、それで我慢すべき。
It would be best to leave physical transfer aside for now. Sending data through time is an amazing feat by itself. We should be satisfied with what we've got. Sending data through time is enough, huh?
世の真理を探求する科学者とは思えない後ろ向きな発言だな。
Such pessimism is unbecoming of a scientist sworn to uncover the secrets of the universe.
身の丈に合ったことを考えろって言っている。
I'm telling you to know your limits.
真理を探求するなら、しかるべき頭脳と設備とお金を揃えないと。少なくともセルン並みにはね。
If you're going to uncover the secrets of the universe, you need personnel, equipment, and funding to rival CERN's.
こんな貧乏サークルじゃ、志だけ高くても何もできない。
It's one thing to set lofty goals, but this impoverished lab has no resources to speak of. Interesting theory, yeah, creating AI and send that through time. Hang on, sending an AI for... Are you proposing Skynet, Avian? Is that your proposal? Because Akabe's mad enough to do it.
前から思ってたけど、電話レンジはちゃんとした研究機関に持ち込んで専門家に委ねるべきよ。
I've been thinking, maybe we should bring the phone wave to a proper research institution and entrust it to a specialist.
セルンがタイムマシンの研究を極秘にしてるなら、私たちはきちんと公表して人類の未来のために役立てなきゃ。
CERN's keeping their time machine research top secret, so if we make an official announcement, it'll benefit the future of mankind.
もし公表すれば、機関の奴らに俺の存在は気づかれる。
If we make an official announcement, the organization will become aware of my existence.
あのね、こっちは真面目に話してるんだぞ。冗談言ってる場合じゃ。
Oh, come on, I'm being serious here. This isn't the time for your childish...
それに俺たちはセルンをハッキングした身だ。
And we've hacked into CERN.
奴らは人体実験までしている非常な連中。その背後には国家の枠組みさえ超えた強大な権力も見え隠れする。
Those heartless bastards will do anything, even experiments on human beings. And behind them is a power greater than all the nations of the earth.
もし電話レンジカッコ仮を公表すれば、俺たちは消されるかもしれん。
If we make the phone wave, name subject to change, public, they might have us erased. Haven't we had this conversation before? That exact line. That line sounds very familiar. I'm sure I've read that line before. I'm almost positive of it.
映画の見過ぎじゃない？
You watch too many movies.
300人委員会という名前が実際にセルンの資料にあった。
The name Committee of 300 appeared in actual CERN documents.
そうだけど。
Well, yeah, but... Karisu's tone weakens.
なんだかマユシーは怖いよ。
Mayushi's kind of scared.
ハッキングがバレたらガチで僕たち消されそうだよね。バレるようなヘマはしてないけど。
If they find out about our hacking, they'll seriously have us killed. I didn't make any mistakes that could give us away, of course.
それにこれが何よりも問題なのだが。
Also, and this is the biggest problem, I lower my voice and look hard at each one of them in turn.
公表してしまった。もう好き勝手に D メールが送れなくなるではないか。
If we go public, we won't be able to do cool stuff with D-mails anymore!
あんたね。
Why you?
この夢の装置をそう簡単に手放すものか。
No way I'm giving up such an awesome machine!
俺は法王院京馬、時空を支配する狂気のマッドサイエンティスト。望むのはそう、混沌。
I am Hoin Kiyoma, the insane mad scientist who rules space and time! What I desire is... That's right. Chaos!
ダメだこいつ。早くなんとかしないと。
This guy's hopeless. Better do something quick. A quotation from a popular manga about Death Notes. Spoken by the protagonist in reference to his female accomplice. Original quote, "This girl's hopeless. I better do something quick." Used to express exasperation. Well, we all know which manga that's referencing, don't we?
Eh?
Yeah? Where? Everybody freezes.
クリスティーナ、お前、アットチャンネル。
Christina, are you an at-chan...
うるさい。それ以上言うな。そんなわけないから。
Shut up! I'm not, okay? Kurisu gives me her sharpest glare yet. Her eyes are so cold, my spine turns to ice. I nod and swallow what I was going to say.
そういえばダルよ。セルンへのハッキングはその後、さらに進んだか？
That reminds me, Daru. Have you made any progress hacking into CERN? He did say it would take him time to learn how to use the IBM 5100, but I know he's been coming to the lab every day to work on it. His monitor is always displaying some kind of program, and his fingers are always busy on the keyboard.
ああ、今はセルンの膨大な資料を漁ってるとこ。
Yeah, right now I'm combing CERN's massive database.
翻訳しながら全部読むのに何年かかるやら。一応重要そうなところはマキセ氏に渡しておいたけど。
It would take years to read it all. For now, I've passed everything that looks important to Makisashi for translation.
まあ基本的には僕にはもうやれることはないよ。
Basically, I've gone as deep as I can go.
セルンは今や僕の思いのまま。
CERN belongs to me now.
お前が味方でよかったとつくづく思うよ。
Thank goodness you're on my side. If only you weren't so weak to seduction.
それでクリスティーナ、翻訳状況について報告を。
Christina, report on the status of these translations.
そのいちいち芝居がかった喋り方、どうにかならない？なんか軽くイラッとくるのよね。
Can you stop talking like that? It's pretentious and annoying as hell. Hell! Mayuri takes a cute, idol-like pose and smiles for some reason. Just gonna drop a quick save while I can. Apologies, I'm having some slight issues here. Ah, that's better.
クリスさん、ね、オカリンの幼馴染として教えてあげると、オカリンの喋り方はね、そのうち慣れちゃうよ。
Chris-chan, as Okarin's childhood friend, I promise you'll get used to how he talks eventually.
そのうちっていうのが10年後じゃないことを祈るわ。
I just hope it doesn't take 10 years. Yeah, as I say, it's quite obvious that Kurisu is the tsundere who secretly likes Akabe. I'm assuming that's one route you can get out in the game. I'm assuming, which means I'm going to make an ass of you and me.
お前、この俺と10年来の付き合いをしたいというのか？それはつまりこのラボに骨を埋めるという意味。
So you're saying you want to stay with me for 10 years? In other words, you want to work at this lab for the rest of your...
皮肉よ、皮肉。
It was sarcasm, get it? Sarcasm.
そうか。
Oh.
ではさっさと報告しろ、クリスティーナ。でなければお前のことをネラーと呼ぶ。
Give me your report, Christina. If you don't, I'll call you an at-channeler.
違うっつってんでしょ。
Didn't you hear me the first time? She glares at me again. My body blood goes cold.
一応時間を見て翻訳は進めてるけど、今のところタイムマシンに関する目新しい情報はなし。
I've been working on the translation when I have time, but so far I haven't seen anything new about time travel.
やっぱりセルンも問題の解決策を見つけようと四苦八苦してる。
It looks like CERN is still struggling to find the solution. Maybe they'll have to wait another 24 years, like Titus said.
ダル、他に成果は？
Daru, any other results?
成果じゃないけど、今セルンは実験の真っ最中みたいでさ、ちょうど LHC がフル稼働してんだよね。
Well, it looks like CERN's in the middle of a big project, so the LHC's at full operation.
そこに割り込んでこっそり使わせてもらえないかなって模索中。
I'm trying to see if I can cut in and maybe use it secretly.
嘘。
What? No way! Kurisu's stunned. Honestly, so am I. And so he should be.
すごいの？
Is that amazing? Well, if he's managed to hack into a super secret organization who are plotting to end the existence of time, then yeah. That's very amazing.
すごいどころじゃない。とんで でもないことやらかそうとしてるわね。
It's not amazing, it's downright outrageous!
スーパーハカー、恐ろしい子。
Super hacker! What a monster! A quotation for classic manga about glass masks, used to express amazement at someone's incredible skills.
おいクリスティーナ、お前わざとだろ。
Hey, Christina, are you doing that on purpose?
何のこと？
Doing what? She isn't that channeler. No doubt about it.
でもまあそれができるようになったところで使い道なんてないだろうけどな。
Anyway, I'm just doing it for laughs. It's not like we have any reason to use the LHC.
作戦は順調だな。第3段階にはいつ入れる？
It sounds like things are going smoothly. When do you begin stage 3 of the operation?
第3段階って何ぞ？
What's stage 3?
セルンがひた隠しにしている禁断の領域。そこに隠された闇を暴くことに決まっている。
CERN's most secret, forbidden domain. We're going to free the darkness hidden inside.
日本語で OK。
In Japanese, please.
IBN5100 で構築されたデータベースがあっただろう。そこへのハッキングにはもう着手したのかと聞いているのだ。
The IBN 5100 database. I'm asking if you started hacking it yet. Darren frowns.
ああ、それは無理って言ったじゃん。
We can't, remember?
IBN5100 さえあればなんとかなるんだろう。
You said all we needed was an IBN 5100 of our own.
なる。でも逆に言えばだからこそ手も足も出ないわけで。
Right, that's the problem. We can't do anything without one.
Huh?
Huh? Again, this feeling of disconnect. The conversation isn't making sense.
IBN5100 は俺が手に入れてきただろう。まだ触ってもいないのか。
But I got you an IBN 5100. You haven't started working on it yet?
え？手に入れてきた？いつ？
Huh? You got one? When? Puzzled, I look at Carissa and Mayuri. Mayuri looks confused, like always. Carissa meets my eyes and shrugs her shoulders.
私も聞いてないわよ。手に入れたなんて話は。
First I've heard of it.
バカな。
Impossible! That just can't be! I dash into the development room. The IBN 5100 I borrowed from Yanabayashi Shrine should be on the shelf inside. It's in a cardboard box, and it weighs 25 kilos. Too heavy for a single person to carry. Nah, that's not too heavy. That's only just over the weight limit for most people's holidays. 55 kilos, that'd be a different story. But when I go to look, it's gone. It's no longer where I left it.
IBN5100 ここに置いてあったのにどこに消えた？
The IBN 5100 was right here! Where'd it go? Everyone looks at me in surprise.
何を鳩が豆鉄砲食らったみたいな顔している。柳林神社に奉納されていた伝説のレトロ PC だ。お前たちもよく知っているだろう。
Why are you staring at me like that? The legendary PC that was donated to Yanabayashi Shrine. You've seen it, remember?
そんなの知らないよ。
I don't remember.
柳林神社に奉納ってそんなアホな。
Donated to Yanabayashi Shrine? That's stupid.
幻覚でも見てたんじゃない？最近暑いから。
You sure you weren't hallucinating? It's hot these days. Despair drags me down like quicksand. Did someone say despair? We can't hack that database without the IBN 5100. Who stole it? The organisation? CERN? CERN is a possibility. Maybe they noticed our hacking and stole the IBM 5100 from the lab. No. Even if they could steal the IBM 5100 from the lab, they can't steal Mayuri and Dara's memories of it. What happened? Kiryu Moeka. Maybe I should check with her first. Could someone other than Moeka have stolen the IBM 5100? Yup. They could. They could indeed. I consider the possibilities. The next name that comes to mind is... Nope. Not John Titor. It says none other than... Unless... I'm right. Part-time warrior's not there. Character I distrusted. There's no part-time warrior. Oh wow! I've never tried this before. But all the messages are different. I am something Karisu. I think that's meant to be. Yeah, I am Makise Karisu. I recognise that kanji. What the hell's going on here? Kikukeke Kusai. If these are meant to be Japanese words in Romaji, I don't know, but there's loads. Yeah. It's page of numbers. A-I-U-E-O-A-O-K. I need the code decipher to figure out what the messages are. These are all messages. That's just the alphabet by itself. Interesting. But yeah, part-time warrior's not there.
そうだ。タイダーの目的は IBN5100 を手に入れることだった。すでに俺は何度かコンタクトを取っている。しかしどうやって俺の個人情報を手に入れた？
Of course, Titus goes to obtain an IBM 5100, and I've already contacted him several times. But how did he get my personal information? While trying to decide whether I should send the mail, Karisu tells me to calm down. A high school girl is chiding me? She dares make a fool of Horin Kiyoma? Irritated, I explained the purpose of the IBM 5100 and how I came to obtain one. During that time, I also sent Moeka an email for confirmation. I got an IBM 5100, did you know? So that's how they figured out the character limit. There's something there, there's something in that though, but as I say, there's no sign of part-time warrior. Suzuha, that's her name. I knew her name would come to me eventually. I've had a feeling that she's got a much bigger role than she's letting on in this. And I've had a feeling that she might remember the past, and the fact that there's no messages from her now makes me more suspicious.
IBN5100 が消えたのはこれまでに過去を改変した誰かの影響かもね。
The IBM 5100 may have disappeared as a result of changes someone made to the past.
おお、俺の話を信じてくれるのだな。
So you believe me?
でも私の主観ではこれまでに送った D メールは些細な内容ばかりよ。
But from my perspective, all the emails we sent so far were trivial.
最初に電話レンジちゃんがタイムマシンだって気づくきっかけになったメールだよね。
And there's that one we sent when we first realized Phone Wave Chan was a time machine, right?
オカリンは変態って内容で送ったよな。
The one that said Ocarina's a perv?
あとは D メール実験で私が岡部の携帯に何十通も送った。でもどれも中身のない文面ばかりだからあれで過去を改変できるとは思えない。
And during the preliminary D-mail experiments, I sent dozens to Okabe's phone, but they were all insubstantial, so I don't think they could have changed the past.
僕も2通送ったお。フェイリスタンとの勝負に勝てる秘策を書いた。
I sent 2 of them when I was trying to win that match against Ferris.
それともう一つ、岡部が一番最初に偶然送った私が死んでるうんぬんってメール。
There was one more. The first mail Okabe accidentally sent that said I was dead.
だが俺の主観ではそれ以外にも何通か送られている。
But from my perspective, we sent several more.
ロト6の当たり番号を書いて送ったんだっけ。ルカちゃんがその番号を買ったけど結局当たらなかったやつ。
You mean how you sent the winning Lotto 6 numbers, and how Luka-chan bought a ticket with those numbers, but didn't win? Luka-chan. She's always used Lukako.
岡部以外は送ったところを誰も知らないけどね。
Shining finger. Oh, look who's appeared. I said she'd disappear for a while. That's from Russia, right? Oh, I know about Russia or those cute dolls. I've never been. I can't reply to it either. But nobody aside from Makabe remembers him sending it.
だがお前たちにもその後で見せたはずだぞ。俺の携帯に残っていた着信履歴を。
But I showed you guys afterwards. It was still in my phone's arrival history.
あれは惜しかったよね。
We were so close.
それぐらいじゃないかな。
Is that all?
いや、まだある。萌香とルカ子が D メールを送っている。
No, there's more. Moeka and Lukako each sent an email.
そうだった。でもそう主張しているのは岡部だけなのよね。私も橋田もまゆりさんも誰も知らない。
Oh, right. That's what you claim. But Hishida, Mayuri-san, and I don't remember either of those.
マユシはなんだか頭がこんがらがってきちゃったのです。
I'm guessing your her avian is to the Russia comment. I agree. Where's the context for it? Ow! Mayushi's getting a headache.
だから言っているだろう。世界が改変される前と後で記憶を連続して持っていられるのは俺だけなのだと。
I already told you guys. I'm the only one who keeps his memories after the world changes.
それであんたの主観ではその IBN5100 はいつ消えたの？ついさっきの話なの？確実にこのラボにあったのはいつまでの話？
So according to your perspective, when did the IBN 5100 disappear? Did it just happen? When's the last time you remember seeing it in the lab? And I'm going to do a quick save while I can actually. Ah, it's a mail I replied to last video. Okay, I don't remember that, Queen. I've been too busy getting over my arm pain and having a shit memory. That too.
それは
Well, I put my index finger to my forehead and searched my memories. IBN 5100. IBN 5100.
確か8月3日だ。記憶では8月3日までは確かにこのラボに存在していた。
I'm sure it was August 3rd. I remember being in the lab on August 3rd.
間違いないのね。
Are you certain?
と思いたいが。
I think so. So many things have happened. My memories are a jumble. Let's go over the events which led to me obtaining the IBN 5100. I heard that Faris was a retro PC maniac who knew about the IBN 5100. I learned that 9 years ago she donated her IBN 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine. I asked Lukako's dad for help, and he lent me the IBM 5100, just like that. Mission complete. At the very least, Faris and Lukako should remember what happened. I should give them a call. First up is Lukako. Oh god, this is slow.
はい、岡部さん、こんにちは。
Hello, Okabe-san.
おとといは恥ずかしいところ見られちゃって、忘れてください。
But please forget what you saw the other day.
恥ずかしいところ
Oh. Yeah. You think Moeka's got the machine, and it makes sense. I agree, Evian. But then didn't she change her phone as well? But if phones are the connectors, then that explains it. I saw something? My cosplay. Oh, that? That was just Lukako getting embarrassed for no reason.
それより IBN5100 について聞きたい。
More importantly, I have questions about the IBN 5100. The IBeam 5?
IBN5100 柳林神社に9年ほど前に預けられたレトロなパソコンのことだ。知っているな。
IBN 5100. About 9 years ago, someone dedicated a retro PC to Yanabayashi Shrine. That's the one. Know anything? No. It is bizarre, Queen. As I say, it doesn't. The only thing is the phones are the connectors through time from so far from what we've got. So if changing the device that you send the message from could change the past in some way. It does seem a bit of a weird stretch. We'll see. There's something missing here. It's all going to come to light. Just got to keep our faith. Yes. He remembers. Lukako really remembers.
俺が少し前に神社に行って探し当てたんだよな。それでお前の親父さんに頼んで貸してもらった。間違いないよな。
Just a while ago, I came to the shrine looking for it, didn't I? And then I asked your old man and he let me borrow it, right? Eh? I don't... Oh, no dad.
違うのか
Right?
僕の記憶ではそんなことはなかったような気がします。
I don't remember anything like that. What? Is this another factor of changing the past?
IBN5100 がその神社にあったのは事実なんだな。今もあるのか
The IBN 5100 was at the shrine though, right? Is it there now?
いえ、わかりません。僕、それほど詳しいことは。
I don't know the details.
今どこにいる近くにお前の親父さんはいるか
Where are you now? Is your old man there?
いません。
No.
そうかわかった急に電話して悪かった
Damn. Okay, sorry for calling you so suddenly.
はい。すみません。お役に立てなくて。
No problem. I'm sorry I couldn't help. The IBM 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. That's a fact. And Lukako knew that. I need to check if it's still there or not. Could the IBM 5100 have returned to the shrine? Did that huge retro PC sprout legs and trot back? That's just silly. But gel bananas have teleported out to the microwave. Moeka also instantly moved from the lab to somewhere else. Considering that, it's entirely possible that the same thing happened to the IBM 5100. Maybe I should go check later. Next is Faris. By the way, I haven't told Faris my phone number. I'm afraid if I talk to her on the phone, she'll drag me into her usual nonsense. So there's only one option.
マイリオフェイリスと連絡を取りたい
Mayuri, I need to contact Faris. But he's been messaging Faris. They've messaged each other about the demons. Mayuri's eating an eclair. She must have stuck some in the fridge when I wasn't looking.
おかりんも食べる？おいしいよ。
Want one, Ocarine? They're delicious. Now that she mentions it, Kirisu and Dara are eating too.
のんきな奴らだなこのラボで不可解なことが起きたというのに
You people don't have a care in the world, do you? There's some crazy stuff happening here.
全て岡部の妄想って可能性もあるわけだし、慌てたってどうしようもない。
Or it could all just be in your head. No need to panic. It's not just in my head. It's not!
フェリスちゃんに用事があるの？今日お店に出てるかな？
You need Faris-chan for something? I wonder if she's working today.
今日のフェイリスタンはバイト休みだお。
Faris-chan's off today. And yeah, I'd say Faris may never get the computer up Avian. Something here is odd. For now though, gonna do a quick save. Well done, Daru. You know Faris' schedule better than her co-worker. I award you the title of Faris Stalker.
マイリオは奴の携帯番号を知っているだろう連絡を取ってみてくれ
You know her phone number, right? See if you can get a hold of her.
いいよ。
Okay. Mayuri takes out her phone and makes a call. After a short wait, Mayuri smiles.
あ、フェリスちゃん、こんにちにゃんにゃん。まゆしーにゃん。
Faris-chan, good afternoon, Nyan. It's Mayashi, Nyan.
にゃん
Nyan? Oh, right. This is the first time Karisu has heard Mayuri speak Nyan Nyanyan.
休みなのにごめんね。あのね、オカリンがフェリスちゃんとお話ししたいことがあるんだって。変わってもいいかな？
Sorry to bother you on your day off. Okarin said he wants to talk to you about something. Want to talk to him?
オカリンはオカリンだよ。
Huh? You know Okarin?
キョーマって誰？
Kyoma? Who's Kyoma? What the hell are they talking about? By the way, Faris is the only person who calls me by my true name. Heroin Kyoma! I'm thankful for that. But she still drives me crazy.
とにかく変わるね。
I'm handing you over, okay?
はい、オカリン。
Here you go, Okarin. I take Mayuri's phone. Faris's face is displayed on the LCD. She's wearing cat ears even though it's her day off.
俺だおーい今日も
It's me, Heroin Kyoma.
キョーマがフェイリスに用事なんて珍しいにゃ。
Meow! How unusual for Kyoma to contact me, Meow.
どうしても聞きたいことがあったんだ
There's something I need to ask you.
お前は昔柳林神社にレトロ PC を奉納したそれに間違いはないか
Long ago, you donated a retro PC to Yanabayashi's shrine. Am I mistaken? Meow.
何にゃんとはどういう意味にゃ
What's Nyan supposed to mean? Nya? Ah, crap. I started to talk like her. Kurisu bursts out laughing. Looks like she heard.
間違いないにゃっていう意味にゃ。IBN5100 っていう名前だって知ったのはすごく最近やけど。
It means you're right, Nya. Though I didn't know it was called the IBN 5100 until recently, Nya. So someone's been in contact with you.
最近知ったとはどういう
What? Why recently?
ダルニャンに教えてもらったのにゃ。
Darren Nyan told me, Nya. Oh, so that's it. Anyway, Faris has confirmed that the IBN 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. So did the IBN 5100 disappear from the lab after I retrieved it? No. Kurisu and the others lost their memories of me bringing it back to the lab. So I'm considering two possibilities. One, I went to the shrine but didn't acquire the IBN 5100. It's still at the shrine. Two, before I went to the shrine, someone moved the IBN 5100 somewhere else. Looks like I'll have to go to the shrine after all.
レトロ PC がどうしたの？
So what about the retro PC, yeah?
いや
Oh, nothing. Faris is a retro PC maniac, wasn't she? Let's just make sure.
IBN5100 について他に情報はないかな。超レアな PC なんだ。
Do you have any other information on the IBN 5100? It's a super rare PC.
お前はカリスマメイドとしてこの秋葉に強いネットワークを持っているだろう。それを使って今秋葉にある IBN5100 を探してもらいたい。
That's a charisma build made. I expect you to have a strong network in Akiba, correct? I'd like you to use that network and search for any IBN 5100s in Akiba now. We only need to find one. It doesn't matter if it's the one I found at the shrine. Yeah.
探してもいいけど条件があるにゃ。
I can look, but for a price, Nia.
条件
A price? Is she trying to strike a deal? Well, that's unexpected.
聞こう。
Let's hear it.
じゃあこれからセイリスのお家まで来てほしいのにゃ。
I want you to come over to Ferris's apartment, Nia. Oh, wow. In this word line, he suddenly has stood.
うちだとお前のうちはどこだ。
Where is this apartment of yours? I could prepare a memo pad and write down the address Ferris recites.
なんだお前秋葉に住んでいるのか。
Oh, so you live in Akiba? That makes things quick. Judging by the address, it should be right next to the train station.
それじゃ待ってるにゃ。
I'll be waiting, Nia. I return Mayuri's phone and stand up from the couch. Let's stop by Yanabayashi Shrine and then head to Faris's place.
で
Well? I look over my shoulder with a frown.
なぜお前たちまでついてくるんだ。
Why are you guys tagging along? Mayuri and Dario are following me, even though I didn't ask them to come. Kurisu stayed back at the lab.
だってね、マユシーはフェリスちゃんのお家遊びに行ったことないんだもん。
Mayushi's never been to Faris-chan's place.
一度ね、行きたいなって思ってたんだ。
I thought I'd like to visit once. Hehehe.
つうかフェリスタのプライベートとか突せざるを得ないだろ上皇。
I mean, it's Faris-chan's home. No way I'm missing this. It might be a bad idea to take the Faris stalker along. A really bad idea. Well, whatever. If Faris has a problem with it, then we can send him away when we get there. Nothing else matters as long as I get Faris to search for an IBN 5100. Of course, if the IBN 5100's at Yanabayashi Shrine, then that won't even be necessary. I stopped by the shrine, but Lukako's not there. I guess he was out when he answered the phone earlier. I've got no other choice, so I go to the humble shrine office and press the intercom button. Luca's dad comes out. When I try asking him if the IBN 5100 was donated to the shrine, he answers, "It certainly was." But after he tries looking for it, he says he can't find it anywhere, and he has no idea where it went. I ask if he lent me the IBN 5100 before, but that event is gone from his memory. What's going on here? While heading towards Faris's place, I analyse the situation. The IBN 5100 has disappeared from the lab, even though it was there just a few days ago. It has also disappeared from Yanabayashi Shrine. It's like some god is messing with me, moving it every time I get close. The D-mails definitely have something to do with this. I can only begin to imagine how the past has changed. At any rate, it looks like we'll have to rely on Faris, who's a lot more switched on than she appears. The usual weekend crowd packs the front of a keeper station. Girls dressed in maid outfits and school uniforms diligently distribute flyers to passers-by. Girls in maids, you do see that with, but I've never seen schoolgirl there. Maids, though, you do see them on the streets. They come up to you and offer you the leaflets and tell you to come along. I appreciate their efforts in this god-awful heat. After a few melanin-boosting moments walking in the sun, I come to a sudden stop.
どうしたの？
What's wrong? I've caught sight of a woman squatting on the side of the road, hugging her knees and typing on her phone. That's got to be labmems 005, Kiryu Moeka. Wait, is she still a labmem? Mayuri and Daru don't remember her. Yeah, that's right, Avian. Moeka disappeared same time. Well, whatever.
なんという幸運。
Look. There's something I need to ask her. I run up to a Moeka.
おい、指圧師。
Hey, shining finger! I try getting her attention, but she's stuck in her own little world. IBN.
どうしてないの？どうしてどこにもこの町に本当にあるの？もしかしてもう
Gone. Why is it gone? Why can't I find it? Is it really in this town? Don't tell me it's already.
聞いているのか、シャイニングフィンガー。
Are you listening, shining finger?
どこかにあるはずじゃないとおかしい。 FB はあるって。
It should be here. Has to be. FB said so. No reaction. Who's FB?
桐生萌えか。
Kiryu Moeka. Moeka starts muttering. She finally looks up. Actually, she just looks at my feet.
岡部君。
Okabe-kun,
お前、ラボから IBN5100 を持ち出したか。
did you take the IBN 5100 from the lab? Mario and Daru look askance at me, but I ignore them.
俺はお前の仕業とは思いたくない。仲間だからな。しかし、お前はあの PC に異常な執着を見せていた。
I don't want to believe that it was you. You were a fellow labmem, after all. But you did display an unhealthy attachment to that computer.
どうだ？やったのかやってないのか。
So, was it you?
IBN5100 見つけたの？
You found an IBN 5100?
見つけたが、なくなった。
I found one, but it's gone missing.
なくなった。
Missing?
案ずることはない。やっていたとしても、お前を警察に突き出すような真似はしない。あれを返してさえもらえるならな。
Don't worry, I won't report you to the police, as long as you return it, that is. Huh? The normally expressionless Moeka frowns in bewilderment.
知らないのか。
You don't remember, do you? Moeka shakes her head faintly. Then she looks down and begins operating her phone at high speed. You're not making any sense. Please explain. Did you really find an IBN 100? Where? Moeka. She really doesn't know? If the IBN 5100 was stolen from the lab, then Moeka would be my first subject. But the IBN 5100 disappeared from Yanabayashi Shrine, not the lab. It can't have been Moeka's doing. So it was the D-mail? Or perhaps it was the work of CERN.
すまない。指圧師よ。
I'm sorry, Finger. I squat in front of Moeka and bow my head.
俺はラボメンであるお前を仲間を疑ってしまった。
I suspected you. A labmem. A comrade.
最低な男だな。殴ってくれても構わない。
I'm the worst sort of man. Hit me, please. I don't mind.
だがこれだけは分かってくれ。俺は機関から命を狙われ続けた結果、誰も信じることができなくなってしまったんだ。
But there's one thing I want you to know. In my long years running from the organization, I've grown unable to trust anyone. Why? Why did I have to be born with these gifts that others so covet?
俺は常に疑心暗鬼で、どれだけ仲間に囲まれていてもいつも孤独を感じている。滑稽だよな。
Once I start to suspect, everyone looks suspicious. No matter how many comrades gather around me, I always feel alone. Pitiful, aren't I? Just
俺の語りは完全スルーか。
Just tell me about the IBN 5100, Moeka. Did you just ignore my entire speech?
つうかオカリンさ、秋葉の路上で芝居始めるとかどんだけだよ。暑さにやられた。
Hey, Okarin, you're doing improv in the middle of the street. Has the heat gone to your head? So Moeka doesn't know I had an IBN 5100. Do a quick save here. Go on to a new scene. And judging by her responses, she hasn't found one either. I feel like I'm getting farther and farther away from my goal.
前から思ってたんだけど、
I've been thinking.
萌香さんって綺麗な人だよね。
Moeka-san sure is pretty, isn't she?
背も高いし、
She's got a nice figure, and she's tall too.
コスプレさせたら映えそうだな。
She'd look great in one of my costumes. What? For a second, I doubt my ears. I approach Mayuri.
お前、萌香のことを知っているのか？
You've met Moeka before?
知ってるよ。
Sure I have.
なぜ知っている？
When? I grab Mayuri by the shoulders and shake her. Her head bounces back and forth.
おかりんが連れてきたよ。
When you brought her to the lab.
俺が
I did. Yeah.
誰のあの女のことを覚えているのか？
Daru, do you remember her?
桐生氏なら前にラボで挨拶したわな。
Sure, we met at the lab. Indeed, Queen, now they know her again. After Moeka sent her D-mail, Mayuri, Daru and Karisu behaved as if they'd never met her before. But now both Mayuri and Daru know her. Does that mean Moeka's past was reconstructed again? Given the timing, it has to be Lukako's D-mail that did it. But all he did was tell his mother to eat a lot of vegetables. How can that be related to the labmems' knowledge of Moeka? Is this another example of the butterfly effect? The cause doesn't match the effect at all.
ねえねえおかりん、それよりそろそろフェリスちゃんのお家に行かないとね。きっと待ちくたびれてるよ。
Oh, Karine, we need to get going. Faris-chan's waiting, remember? That's true. Let's think about the Moeka issue later. Right now, we should look for the address written on the memo pad.
時にマユリ、フェイリスの本名は何ていうの？
By the way, Mayuri, what's Faris's real name?
バッカ、 オカリ何言ってんだ。フェイリスさんの本名はフェイリスニャンニャンショー。それ以上でも以下でもないじゃん。
Whoa, Okarin, hold on there. Faris Tan's name is Faris Nyanyan. She doesn't have any other names.
現実逃避はよせダル
Ah, no worries, Avian.
所詮
You feel a bit confused and therefore you want to go and finish dinner and maybe catch up later. No worries, well the stream will be up tomorrow with any luck, so keep an eye out for it. And hopefully we'll get some kind of answers. Face reality, Daru. Faris Nyanyan is just her professional name.
うわ、最悪っすよ。なんで純真な男たちの夢を壊そうとするかな。
Wow, you're the worst! Why do you have to crush my dreams like that, man? Quit grumbling. You just can't handle the truth. Yeah, you can't handle the truth!
でもどうなの知らないの
Well, Mayuri, don't you know?
マユシーが教えちゃってもいいのかな。
Is it okay for Mayoshi to tell you?
特に口止めされているわけでもないんだろう。それにこれから自宅に行けばすぐにわかることだぞ。
It's not like you took a vow of secrecy, right? And besides, we're visiting her home, so we'll find out soon enough.
そっか、そうだよね。
Oh, I guess you're right.
その代わりね、他の人には内緒だよ。例えばメイクインに来るご主人様たちとか。
But just promise me you'll keep it secret, okay? Like from the masters who come to May Queen. I nod.
あのね、フェリスちゃんの本名は秋葉ルミホちゃんっていうんだ。
Okay, Faris Chan's real name is Akiha Rumiho-chan.
聞こえない。
Nya nya nya, not listening. Daru covers his ears and drowns the sound out.
アキハか
Akiha, the same named characters as in Akihabara. Appropriate. Oh, we're looking up as like an anime scene. That's pretty cool. Our destination turns out to be the high-rise apartment building next to UPX. Be very costly to live there.
すごい。
Wow, awesome!
マジで
Wait, seriously?
超高級マンションだと
She lives here? Yeah, I probably did sound a bit more like Monokuma because it's good. In fact, I think it isn't actually. Yeah, actually, yes. That's what I did. I accidentally went into the Monokuma voice from one of the class trials. I know exactly where I got that from. He's there. Nya, nya, nya. I'm not listening. I need to get a big Monokuma. I saw one on eBay actually for about £14. I might get it depending on whether I got the space for it anytime soon. In the interim, I'll stick with my favourite big plushie for now. Oh. So fucking cute. We stand there for a while, staring wide-eyed at the towering building before us. According to the address Faris gave me, she lives on the top floor, all the way up there.
住所聞き間違えたか
Did we get the wrong address? No, I wouldn't make such a stupid mistake.
まさかフェイリスは機関の手に落ちたのか
That's a clever idea actually, Queen. Alternate between hugging Pikachu and Monokuma. There's a cursed idea for you. Make a fusion of Monokuma and Pikachu and call it Pikakuma. Or Monochu. Don't tell me Faris is working for the organisation. I quickly scan the area. No suspicious figures in sight, apart from yourself, maybe.
怪しげな黒服連中に命じられるまま俺を組織の網の中へと呼び寄せ一網打尽にするつもりだな。
Does she have men in black waiting to haul us off to a re-education camp?
妄想をつ事実は小説より奇なり。
Nice delusion, man. The truth is stranger than fiction.
それにあのフェイリスタンの素顔が実は金持ちのお嬢様だったとか。うわぁ、超燃える展開じゃね？
Besides, don't you think it'd be super moe if Paris Tan turned out to be a rich girl character? Leave the fourth wall alone.
お前こそ妄想をつだな。
Nice delusion yourself, man. You approve of Monachu. Maybe I'll have to try and see if I can make that a reality at some point.
とりあえず入ってみようよ。
Anyway, let's go in. When we call the top floor room via intercom, we're greeted by the voice of an elderly man. He lets us in immediately once I introduce myself as Hoin Kiyoma. It feels like we're walking into a trap, but I can't turn back now. When we get off the elevator, the elderly man from the intercom is there to lead us inside. He turns out to be a silver-haired gentleman in a tuxedo.
リアル執事さんだ。
A real-life butler! He does indeed look like a stereotypical butler. He fits the bill so well, you wouldn't think he was anything else.
お嬢様、法院京馬様とそのお友達の皆様がお越しです。
Mistress, Mr. Hoin Kiyoma and friends have arrived. The butler leads us into a room. Faris is standing before a large window with a panoramic view of Akiba.
黒木、ありがとにゃ。
Thanks, Kuroki-nya. That's an interesting idea. 'Cause, I mean, I have seen, obviously, one of the chapters of Elite, the prologue version, and it was very different. But like, the UI was completely different. It was more like an interactive anime than this, which is more like a traditional visual novel. I've never seen her wearing anything other than the usual maid uniform, so it's refreshing to see her in her plain clothes, which is like a rather nice dress, actually, to be fair. But why do we get the vibes of Kotoko Atsuki from her? But why does she still have her cat ears on? I want to ask. I can't help but wonder. But I restrain myself. Even if I did ask, Faris would just say something like, I was born with these, nya?
にゃにゃ、マユシーとダルニャも来たのかな。
Nya nya? Mayushi and Daranyan came too, nyan? Faris' eyes twinkle when she sees Mayuri and Daru behind me.
フェリスちゃん、こんにちにゃんにゃん。
Faris-chan, good afternoon, nyan.
無法フェイリスタンの私服姿とか可愛すぐる。
Casual Faris-chan. Ah, too cute. I silenced the mouth-breathing Daru by introducing his ribs to my elbow. Classic move! Shut up! Kind of thing.
マイリとダルは勝手についてきた。迷惑なようなら帰らせる。
They followed me. If you don't want them here, I'll send them home.
構わないにゃん。みんな、ようこそいらっしゃいませにゃん。
No fear of my back, Nya. Everyone's welcome, Nyan.
というか、自宅でもその語尾は変わらないのか。
Wait, you talk like that even in your own home?
何のことかにゃ。
What do you mean, Nya?
あくまでとぼける気か。秋葉ルミホ。
Gonna play dumb? Akiha Rumiho?
フェイリスはフェイリスにゃん。
Faris is Faris, Nya. Whatever.
しかしこの家は一体どういうことだ。秋葉の一等地の超高級マンションとは。
Fine. What I really want to know is how you get to live in a luxury apartment in Akiba's best district. I look around the room again. The interior design and furnishings give a very refined impression. It's elegant without being ostentatious. Actually, it's kind of like a model home. There's nothing suggesting this room is lived in. No dirty clothes, no used dishware, not even a speck of dust. That butler, or maybe it was some real maids. If there's a butler, there have to be maids, right? Right? Must be constantly clearing up. Speaking of the butler, he's disappeared. I didn't even notice him leave. He's clearly a master butler if he can move so quietly. Sebastian's coming for you. Say, yeah, Queen, you want to live there because it's a nice place. Well, yeah, you can live there. If you got maybe $1 million US to buy it. Actually, no. It's in Tokyo. More like $5 million.
フェイリスお前一体何者だ
Faris, just who are you?
だからフェイリスはフェイリスにゃ。
Like I said, Faris is Faris, Nyan. Faris says it nonchalantly.
とぼけるなちゃんと説明しないなら帰らせてもらう
Don't play dumb. If you don't explain yourself, I'm leaving.
なんという偉そうな態度。僕たちってフェイリスさんにお願いしに来た立場じゃなかった？
How arrogant! We're the ones who came here to ask Faris time for a favor, aren't we?
ふにゃー。じゃあもうちょっとだけ詳しく話すと、
Yeah. Well, if you must know,
この辺の土地はもともとうちのものだったのにゃ。
this land originally belonged to my family, Nya. Huh? What did she just say? This land originally belonged to her family?
そっか。だからアキハさんなんだね。
Oh, so that's why you're Akiha-san. Mayuri's exclamation connects the dots in my head.
アキハという姓まさか秋葉原の代々の大地主の名だとでも言うのか
Akiha? You mean you're descended from the hereditary landholders of Akihabara? Faris nods with a proud expression. So she really is a rich girl character. Leave the fourth wall alone!
ちなみにフェイリスは秋葉の都市開発計画にも結構な発言力を持ってるにゃ。
By the way, Faris has been a considerable influence on Akihabara's development, Nya. Faris wiggles her slender waist and makes a gesture like a cat washing its face.
秋葉の各ショップに萌え文化を積極的に導入するようお願いしたのは他ならぬフェイリスなのにゃ。
It was Faris who convinced the development board to actively promote moe culture in Akiba, Nya.
わあ、すごい。
Wow, that's amazing!
フェイリスは子供の頃からそういう会議に出たりしてるのにゃ。
I've been going to development meetings since I was little, Nya. So basically, the chaotic changes in Akiba are all a result of this cat girl's whims? What a monster!
でも今の話は内緒にしといてほしいにゃ。
But please keep all this a secret, Nyan. Faris' expression suddenly darkens.
なぜだ
Why?
知りたいのかにゃ。
You wanna know, Nya? And now, all of a sudden, the extreme close-up makes her look really creepy there. There's something about the weird, like, Karen-style bangs on the side, and then the long, drilling head. It's Celeste as a cat girl. That's why she's been creeping me out. It's Celeste as she was a fucking cat girl. Celestia Ludenberg! And she also believes she's royalty as well. This game came out before Danganronpa. There's no way. That's gotta be a coincidence. There's absolutely no fucking way. Faris approaches me with a bewitching expression.
それは
That's because... Faris gently strokes my cheek with her cool, slender fingers. I feel myself falling under her spell. And then... she grins.
フェイリスはフェイ
Faris is Faris, yeah? Damn you, cat girl! How dare you make a fool of me!
というわけでみんなにはこれまで通りフェイリスラブの大ファンとして接してほしいにゃ。
I want all my fans to keep treating me the same as always, Nyan! Darius starts fist pumping when he sees Faris's cutesy act.
接します。全力で接します。
I'll treat you at full force!
マユシーもねエリスちゃんのファンだよ。エリスちゃんのメイドさん魂はとってもすごいんだもん。憧れちゃうよ。
Mayuri's your fan too! Your maid spirit is really amazing! Mayuri and Daru might have fallen for Charles, but not I!
俺はフェイリスラブなどではない。
I don't care about any of this! I thrust my finger at Faris.
あまり調子に乗らないでもらおうか、フェイリスニャンに。でなければこの高級マンション全体が血に染まることになるぞ。
Do not defy me, Faris Nyan Yan, or I'll paint your expensive wallpaper with blood!
家にわざわざ呼びつけて自らのセレブっぷりを見せつけ、この俺との交渉において精神的優位に立とうとしたのだろうが無駄なこと。
You called me to your home so you could show off your status and try to gain leverage in our negotiations, but it's futile!
なぜなら俺は狂気のマッドサイエンティストオーイン京馬だからだ。
For you are dealing with the insane mad scientist, Horin Kiyoma!
いい理由になってね。
What kind of reason is that? Perfect. Now Faris will tremble in fear and beg for my forgiveness. Or so I thought. But instead, she looks at me with gleaming eyes.
自分を貫き通す人って素敵にゃ。
Oh god, no! There's no way on fucking earth I'm reading that.
なんだと？
What did she say? That's my line. I wanted to threaten her, not seduce her. Is Faris a masochist?
正直なこと言うとあんまりフェイリスのこと話したくなかったにゃ。
Honestly, Faris didn't want to talk so much about herself, Nia.
これまでいろんな人と会ったけどアキハの跡取りって話すとみんなフェイリスをフェイリスとして見てくれなくなるのにゃ。
Most people, when they learn who I am, stop seeing me as Faris, Nia. They only see the Akiha name.
フェイリスとアキハルミホは分けてみてほしいのにゃ。
Oh god, what a pun. Faris and Akiha Rimiho want to be seen as separate persons, yeah? Yeah, persons. Get all the kiddie puns in there while you can. Get your claws into those.
分けるも何もお前はすでにフェイリスニャンニャンとして確立しているではないか。
There's nothing to separate. You are Faris Nyanyan, are you not? Nya?
その点については全面的に同意するぜオカリン。ニャンニャン語を話し猫耳をつけている時点でそこにいるのはフェイリスなんだ。
For once I agree with you, Okaran. Whenever she speaks Nyanyanian and wears her colours, she is Faristan.
意識しすぎているのはお前の方だということだ、フェイリス。
You're just being overly self-conscious, Faris.
そうなのかにゃ。
I don't know, Nya.
お前は自意識過剰なのだ。俺にとってお前はどこまで行っても勝てる気がしない猫耳メイドでしかない。
I'm serious. To me, you will always be the unbeatable cat-eared maid.
ありがとにゃ、今日
Nya! Thanks, Guilma. Why is she thanking me? Well, she's probably admiring my incredible magnanimity. Now then, let's finish this idle gossip and get down to business.
それでフェイリス IBN5100 を探す代わりにお前が要求する交換条件とは一体何だ？
Faris, You said there would be a price to pay in exchange for your help acquiring an IBM 5100. What is your price?
よく吟味して条件を出すことだな。
Do not test the limits of my goodwill.
俺の右手は一度解き放たれるとあらゆるものを破壊し、後には何も残らないとだけ言っておく。
If I unseal my right arm for even an instant, everything will be destroyed and nothing will remain. Just so you know.
大丈夫にゃ。
Fine by me, nya? Faris points at the cat ears sticking out of her head.
この猫耳にはあらゆる能力を完全無効化するニャンニャンクリアという力が備わっているのにゃ。
These cat ears have the power to negate all other powers. Nyan nyan clear.
今日の力が暴走した時はフェイリスがきっと止めてみせるにゃ。
When Kilmer's power is unleashed, Faris will stop it, nya? I shouldn't have mentioned my hands to Faris. Faris' most terrifying power is one known as Dubbing 10. It allows her to steal other people's stories and add them to her own. I'm the one who named it, of course. The number 10 doesn't really mean anything.
さてさて、それでは発表するにゃ。
Well, I guess I'll tell you, nya?
フェイリスからの条件は
My price is that you must wear a maid outfit and flyer for May Queen. Yes. Or, more likely, I want to send an email. Faris chuckles. But I notice something. Her eyes aren't smiling.
タイムマシンを使わせてほしいにゃ。
I was correct. It's let me use your time machine, yeah? Yes. I had a feeling that was it.
昨日メイクインで京馬たちが話してたにゃ。タイムマシンを開発したって。
I heard what you said at May Queen yesterday. You've built a time machine.
いかにも俺たちは人類史上初のタイムマシン実験に成功済みだ。
Indeed. We have created the first successful time machine in human history.
だから人類史上初はセルンだっつうの。
CERN was the first.
だが勘違いするな。
But don't
タイ
misunderstand.
ムマシンとは言っても机の引き出しを搭乗口にしている青い猫専用の4畳半タイムマシンほど万能ではない。
We call it a time machine, but it's not the kind you can hop into and fly to whenever you want.
俺たちが成功したのは過去の誰かの携帯に18文字までのメールを送れるというレベルだ。
All we can do is send a 36-byte email to someone's phone in the past.
ただしこれだけでもノーベル物理学賞ものであり人類の歴史を塗り替える超絶スーパーな発明だがな。
But even that is worthy of a Nobel Prize in physics. It is a transcendental super invention that will alter the course of human history forever.
過去の誰かにメールが送れる。それってとってもすごいにゃ。ぜひフェイリスにも使わせてほしいにゃ。
It can send an email to someone in the past. That's awesome. Faris wants to use it, yeah? Faris jumps up and down with joy.
タイムマシンは我がラボにおける最重要機密事項だ。どうしても使いたいというならばラボ面になってもらう必要があるが。
The time machine is our lab's greatest secret. If you want to use it, then you must become a labmem.
ラボメンって何かにゃ。
A labmem? What's that, Nia?
あのね、マユシーたちのサークルの仲間になるっていうことだよ。マユシー的にはね、フェリスちゃんがラボメンになってくれるのはとっても嬉しいな。
Well, it means she gets to be part of our club. Mayashi would be super happy if Faris-chan became a labmem.
右に同じく
Same here.
というか大歓迎
That would be alright.
ぜひ入ってください。お願いします。
Please join. I'm begging here.
どうすればラボメンになれるんや。
How do I become a labmem, Nia?
契約書などは存在しない。必要なのはそう契約者同士による血の盟約のみ。
There's no contract. We only require that you perform. The blood oath.
血の名薬
Blood oath? The window is closed, but a gust of wind blows through the room. It's coming from the air conditioner. But outside the window, I see rain clouds cover the sky. I hear the rumbling of thunder inside my brain.
何時フェイリスニャンニャンよ。いにしえよりハイエンシェントワードにて語り継がれる法典に従いラボメンへと加わることを望むのならば
Faris Nyan Yan, if thou dost desire to join the hallowed order of labmems, then by the code passed down in high ancient from an age long forgotten.
その肉その骨その血を天の杯へと捧げることを誓い名薬という名の洗礼を受けよ
Pledge thy flesh, thy bone, thy blood, and thy soul to the grail of heaven, and swear fealty everlasting.
さすれば古代の神はそれに応え汝にラボメンナンバーを授けるだろう
This duty fulfilled, the old gods shall grant thee thy labmem number.
何を言ってるのかさっぱりわかんね
I don't understand a word of that.
どうしようマユシーは血の名薬も良薬も飲んでないよということはマユシーはラボメンじゃない
Blood loaf. Oh, bless her. She's so cute. Oh no! What do I do? Mayushi never ate any blood loaf. Does that mean Mayushi's not a labmem?
マユシしょんぼりしなくても OK これはオカリンのいつもの癖なのだぜ
Don't worry, Mayushi. This is just Okarin's usual nonsense.
そっかいつもの癖なら仕方ないねでもよかった
Oh, I guess everything's fine then. Thank goodness.
わかったにゃ血の名薬受けるにゃ
Very well, Nya. I shall take the blood oath, Nya. With a grim expression, Faris grabs a small knife on top of her desk and suddenly slashes it against her wrist. Huh? No!
いやペーパーナイフっしょ
Isn't that a paper knife?
にゃははダルニャンの言う通りにゃ
Darren Nyan's right, Nya. She surprised me. I cleared my throat and pulled myself together.
ではフェイリスお前をラボメンナンバー007に認定する
Yep, so Faris has become the James Bond of this story, would you believe? Of all the characters to get that call sign. Very well, Faris. I invest you as labmem 007.
これでタイムマシン使えるのにゃ
Perfect! So now I can use the time machine, Nya?
ああそういうことになるただし他言無用だ裏切り者には死をそれが我がラボの掟だと覚えておけ
Indeed, but not a word to anyone. Death to traitors. That's the law of the lab.
そうだったんだ
It is?
だからオカリンのこの場だけの思いつきだって
No, Okarin made it up just now.
ありがとにゃ今日も
Thanks, Kiyama! Oh, get on extreme close-up. Faris hugs me by the neck. A very sweet aroma tickles my nose. And something very soft tickles my...
オカリンてめえ僕も電話レンジ作ったのに
Okarin, you jerk! I helped make the phone wave too!
そうなのにゃじゃあダルニャンも
Really, Nya? Then Daru Nyan too! Faris flies over to Daru.
オカリンオカリンエリスちゃんが喜んでくれてよかったね
I'm glad she's so happy, Okarin.
マユルお前は実に無邪気だな
Mayuri, you really are innocent. Eh? I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ。ああ。フェイリスはまんまと俺の思惑にはまったよ。所詮17歳の小娘ということだ。
Yeah, dude, no. No, you don't. It's completely the other way around, mate. Completely the other way around. That's me. Yeah, I've got a rat around my finger. What did you expect? She's just a 17-year-old
こ
girl.
の猫娘は俺との交換条件によって人類の夢、禁断の果実であるタイムマシンを使うという欲望を満たしたつもりでいるが。
That cat girl thinks she's bargained with me to appease her lust for mankind's dream. The forbidden fruit that is the time machine.
この俺、法院京馬の手のひらの上で踊らされていることに気づいていない。
But she's dancing to the tune of Hoin Kyoma!
俺が猫娘との条件を受けた理由だと？そんなもの決まっているだろう。すなわち。
Why did I agree to pay her price, you ask? That should be obvious. Then I twist my lips into a grin. My razor-sharp shark teeth are probably glistening right now. Damn, I wish I had shark teeth.
あの猫娘は実験台なのだ。
This cat girl shall be our guinea pig. I don't know if shark teeth would be that useful, to be honest. Unless you were a pure carnivore, you wouldn't be able to grind your food together. There's a reason we have a mix of molars and fangs. Like incisors, should I say.
とはひどい言い草だな。あながち間違ってはいないがね。
I'm a monster? What a terrible thing to say. Not that you're wrong, exactly. Eh? Our D-mail experiments have reached a standstill. Carissa refuses to become a subject, and Mayuri and Daru are too dumb to be useful. We managed to experiment on Moeka and Lukako, but we still need more data. Along comes Faris. She's going to provide me with both an IBM 5100 and new data. Two birds with one stone.
つまりフェイリスは俺たちを利用したつもりでいて。
Right. Faris thinks she's using us.
実は逆に飛んで火にいる夏の虫状態だったというわけだ。
But it is we who are using her. She is but a moth drawn to my brilliant flame.
では予定通りに次の実験に移行する。すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択だ。エルプサイコングル。
As planned, we are proceeding to the next phase of the experiment. This is the choice of Steins Gate. El Psi Congru. Someone tapped me on the shoulder after I put away my phone. Right after that, they blow into my ear.
今誰と電話してたにゃ？
Who are you talking to, Nya? Faris is behind me. She must have finished serving Daru while I was still on the phone. No doubt she heard everything.
気づくのが遅かったな。フェイリスニャンニャン。
It's too late, Faris Nyanyan.
すでに血の盟約はなされた。契約を破れば、お前という人間には破滅が訪れるだろう。
You've already taken the blood oath. If you break it, ruin will befall you.
もう逃げることは叶わんぞ。
There is no escape.
オーケーにゃ。んで、タイムマシンはどこにあるのにゃ？
Okay, Nya. So where's the time machine, Nya? Well, she's certainly in a hurry.
タイムマシン。正確には電話レンジカッコ仮と呼ぶが、それは我がラボにある。
The time machine. Its name is the phone wave subject to change, by the way. It's in our lab. This time, we'll make use of the phone wave name subject to change original function and send the D-mail by remote control. Carissa should still be in the lab. I'll leave the setup to her. I asked Faris where she wants the D-mail to go. She says she sent it to her father 10 years ago. I take down his email address. The destination is April 3rd, 2000. It has to be at 8 AM that day, so we use an online calculator to factor in the leap years, resulting in 86,168 hours.
ということはね、86000秒も動かし続けないとダメなの？
So does that mean it has to keep going for 86,000 seconds?
電話レンジちゃん、疲れちゃうんじゃないかな。
Well, phone wave can get tired.
いや、実際にその秒数を動かすわけではない。
It doesn't actually have to run the entire duration. Our previous experiments have confirmed that.
放電現象が起きた時点で送れば、過去へは届くのだ。
The mail reaches the past if you send it as soon as the discharge begins.
ゆえに、バタフライ効果により、残りの秒数についてはキャンセルされるはず。
In accordance with the butterfly effect. Effect? I keep saying it all the time. Butterfly effect. What the fuck is that? Butterfly effect? The remaining seconds should be cancelled out. The experiment never happened. The fact that a D-mail was sent is erased, leaving behind only the email in the recipient's phone. At least that's what our experiments have shown so far. Now, let's call Karisu. I'm getting a save in now before anything else goes further. Ah, I'm in control, I didn't think I was.
Hello.
Hello?
俺だ。そちらの状況を伝えろ。
It's me. What's the situation?
切りやがった。
She hung up on me!
そりゃ切られるっしょ。オカリンの電話の仕方に対応できるのは多分僕とマユシぐらいじゃね。
Of course she did. Mayashi and I are the only ones who can deal with your act, you know. Again!
Hello.
Hello.
おーい、今日まだ。無言で切るな。
It's her in Kiyoma. Don't hang up!
なんだ、岡部か。てっきりいたずら電話だと思った。
Oh, it's Okabe. I was sure it was a prank call.
こっちの番号は表示されているだろう。
It shows you my number, doesn't it?
いきなり意味不明なこと言われたら怖くなって切るわよ。
You were talking crazy, so I got scared and hung up.
それはつまり、この俺、法院京馬の狂気ぶりに、イフを覚えたというわけだな。それなら仕方な。
In other words, you fear the insanity of Ho in Kiyoma. Well, I suppose you can't be blamed for...
あいつまた切った。また
She,
切ったぞ。
she hung up again! Well, dude, of course she's gonna hang up again. You're taking the fucking piss.
だからオカリンの電話に対応するスキルは僕とマユシしか持ってないと何度言えば。
Like I said, we're the only ones who can put up with you. I quickly redial.
Hello.
Hello.
岡部倫太郎ですけど、電話レンジカッコ仮の設定を少しいじってほしいんです。
This is Akabe Rintaro. Sorry, but could you mess with the phone wave name subject to change your settings a little, please? Yeah, that's right. Fall in line and know your place. You idiot. You figured I'd get a kick out of this parkway, but he deserves to be treated like it. Fuck off. I've not got time for your shit. Click. That'd have been exactly the same.
初めからそう言えばいいのよ。
Well, why didn't you say so?
でも電話レンジ使うの？ ブラウン管工房の店長さんに怒られるのが嫌なんだけど。
You're going to use the phone wave? I don't want to anger the guy downstairs, though.
これは貴重な実験のためなのだ。わかるか、助手よ。お前がミスター・ブラウンに怒られる。ただそれだけの犠牲により、タイムマシンという人類の夢は 完成を見るのだ。
We're about to perform a critical experiment. Understand, assistant? Mr. Braun might yell at you, but that small sacrifice will bring mankind's dream, the time machine, to fruition.
ほんとあんたって適当よね。
You're really irresponsible, you know that?
でどう設定すればいいんだ？
Well, what should I set it to? I tell her Faris's dad's mail address, and I have her set the timer.
はい入力したわよ。
Okay, it's ready.
よし、ご苦労。少し待て。
Alright, thanks. Wait a minute. I turn to Faris.
送る文章は書き終わったか？
Finished writing what you want to send? I already told her the phone wave name's subject to change his email address. Faris nods.
どんな内容だ？過去を変えるものなのだろう？
What did you write? You sure it's something that'll change the past?
それは
Well... What happened to her usual confidence?
恥ずかしいにゃ。企業秘密だにゃ。
It's embarrassing, Nia! A trade secret, Nia!
秘密だと？ふざけるな！これは実験だ！内容を公開してもらわねばデータを検証できないではないか。
A secret? Nonsense! This is science! Unless we know what you're sending, we can't verify the results!
何言ってるにゃ。これは実験じゃなくて交換条件だにゃ。フェイリスは実験のためじゃなくて自分のためにタイムマシンを使うのにゃ。
What's that supposed to mean? No one said anything about science, Nia! I'm using the time machine for myself, not science, Nia!
卑怯だぞ！
That's not fair!
オカリンも人のこと言えないけん。
You don't want to talk. Daru, you horny fool. Are you siding with Faris? And you call yourself a super hacker? Faris covers her phone with her entire body. Looks like she plans on hiding it to the bitter end. Should we halt the experiment?
ちょっと岡部、いつまで待たせんのよ。
Hey, Okabe, how long are you going to make me wait? An impatient Karisu nags me through the phone. Don't rush me, damn it!
オカリね、きっとプライベートな内容だから詮索するのは良くないと思うんだ。
Okarine, it's probably something private, so I don't think you should pry. What? Even Mayuri's on Faris's side. She was like us with Moika too. This is bad. I thought I had Faris in the palm of my hand. Was I dancing to her tune all along?
岡部、返事しないなら切るぞ。
Okabe, if you're not going to send anything, I'm hanging up.
待て。わかった。電話レンジカッコ仮を起動だ。
But wait, fine. Activate the phone wave, name subject to change. Damn it, I submitted to the cat girl!
放電現象始まった。
The discharge is starting. I nod to Faris after getting Karisu's report. Faris puts her finger on the send button and...
ポチッとにゃ。
Click, Nia! And go back another back to the start of the fours. As the dizziness fades, I exhale slowly and open my eyes. Alright, world. Show me your new form. I wish I knew what kind of mail Faris sent. First things first, I'm still in her room. When I look out the window, the Akiba sprawl greets me. I scan the room.
それじゃあカードをオープン。
Okay, card open!
またウイルスカード。
Oh no, another virus card!
まだまだ爪が甘いにゃ。
Not so fast, Nian!
ピンクカードは3枚取られたでしょ。ウイルスカードは3枚取っちゃったでしょ。
Aw, you took 3 link cards, right? And I got 3 virus cards.
絶対絶命なのです。
Mayushi's in trouble! What are they doing? The three of them are sitting around the table playing some kind of game.
ま だターミナルカードがあるじゃん。次のターンで一発逆転狙えるってマジで。
We still have a terminal card. We can turn the tables next turn.
にゃふふ今さら逆転は無理無理にゃ。ここでフェイリスはターミナルカードのウイルスチェッカーを使う。
It's way too late for that, yeah? Faris is going to use the terminal card virus checker, yeah?
さあマユシーの残りのウイルスカードはどっちかにゃ。
So, which is Mayoshi's last virus card, yeah? Oh no!
マジパネっすね、フェイリスカー。
You're a monster, Faris Tan.
ねえ言ってできれば2手3手くらい待ってほしいにゃ。ダメかにゃ。
Hey, could you wait 2 or 3 turns, yeah? Please, yeah?
にゃフェイリスの真似してもダメにゃ。
Not even if you try to copycat Faris, yeah?
そんな
No way! Mayuri puts her fingers to both her eyes as if to mime tears. Anyway, it looks like they're playing Liner Access Battlers. It's happened again. Reading Steiner. I am the only person in the world who keeps his memories after the past changes. Faris's D-mail worked. That's why the three of them are now playing a card game instead of waiting for Faris to press the button. Faris never even sent the D-mail. If I look at her phone, there won't be any record of it in her send history. And even if I demand that she tell me what she sent, she won't be able to answer, because the very fact that she sent it has been erased. The only trace of the D-mail is in the recipient's phone, namely, Faris's father's phone 10 years ago. But that 10-year-old email data was most likely erased long ago, so I don't think we can check. I had to figure what changed the hard way. Let's start looking for differences.
やっぱりフェリスちゃんは強いね。
Phew, Faris-chan is really strong.
最初はマユシーもいい感じだったにゃ。素質はあるにゃ。
Mayushi started out strong, Nia. You have potential, Nia.
でもたとえの試合とはいえディフェンディングチャンピオンが負けるわけにはいかないにゃ。
But don't think I'll go easy on you because we're playing for fun, Nia.
それに今度の大会では絶対に優勝するってパパとも約束したのにゃ。その日まで誰にも負けられないにゃ。
Besides, I promised Papa that I'd win the next tournament, Nia. I can't lose to him before then, Nia.
パパ
Papa? Faris nods happily.
もしフェイリスが優勝したらパパは仕事中でも時間を作って絶対に祝福に来てくれるって言ってくれたのにゃ。
Papa said that if Faris won, he'd take time out to congratulate me, Nia.
僕も全力で祝福したいわけだが、その日の夜は空いてるかい？
I want to congratulate you too. Are you free that night?
夜はパパと二人でお食事にゃ。
Papa and I are having dinner that night, Nia.
そう。
Oh.
あのね、決勝戦はラボのみんなで応援に行くね。
You know, we should all go cheer at the finals.
ありがとにゃ。
Thanks, Nia.
決勝の相手ってバイラルアタッカーズとかいうコンビだったっけ？
Isn't your final opponent the Viral Attackers duo?
下馬評じゃノーマークだったのに、まさかフェイリスタンのライバルであるイディオナを任しちゃうとはな。
No one had heard of them until it defeated Faris-tan's rivals, Idiona.
フェイリスタンとイディオナのデュエルは毎回神がかってるから今回も楽しみにしてたのに。
Faris-tan's duels with Idiona were all god tier, so I was looking forward to it.
他のライネッターの試合は全然見てないんやけど、バイラルアタッカーズってそんなに強いのかにゃ。
I haven't seen any of the Rintaro matches, but are the Viral Attackers really that ferocious?
ま、フェイリスタンの敵じゃないよ。フェイリスタンは最強。フェイリスタンは神。
Well, they're not a threat to Faris-tan. Faris-tan is the strongest. Faris-tan is a goddess.
にゃーん。そこまで持ち上げられると照れるにゃ。
Nyan, stop it, Nya. You're embarrassing me, Nya. Gotta say, speaking Nyanian on stream is really fucking annoying, actually. Nyan, Nyan. Yeah, the only thing I like is the Nya. But that's for a totally different reason. As I listen to their conversation, I feel a strange churning in my gut. Something's not right here. A voice whispers from deep within, deeper than reason. I play the conversation back in my head and soon realise the source of my discomfort. The Faris I knew had never been to an official Rhinet tournament, and yet now she's about to compete in the tournament finals, which means she's been going to tournaments for a while. Is this the change that Faris wanted to make? Considering the recipient was her father, maybe he was strict and wouldn't let her go to tournaments. But is there a reason to change the past? Faris still is 17 years old. It's not too late for her to start participating in tournaments. If there were an age limit to Rhinet tournaments, that would be one thing. I guess it was just that important to her? At that moment, someone knocks on the door. The door opens halfway, and a middle-aged man appears with creepy red eyes, because he's ready to claim our souls. It's not the butler. Excuse me, Rumiho, do you have a minute? Papa! Faris quickly gets up and leaves the room.
ぐはフェイリスタンのお父様か。挨拶しておかないとまずくね。
Wow, Faris-tan's dad. Shouldn't we say hello?
フェリスちゃんのパパさんって社長さんなんだよね。すごいな。
He's the CEO, right? Wow. Faris soon returns. Then she turns to us and puts her hands together in a gesture of apology.
ごめんにゃ。フェイリスはパパと出かけなくちゃいけなくなっちゃったにゃ。
Sorry, Nya. Faris has to go out with Papa, Nya.
それじゃあマユシーたちはこれでバイバイさせてもらうね。
Okay, I guess we'll see you later then.
フェイリスタン、僕とのお手合わせは手取り足取りライネットの何たるかを抗議してくれるっていう約束は。
The wording at the end of that is awful. Really bad. But Faris-tan, what about my match? You promised to give me a hands-on lesson. You know, really work me over.
誰もそんな約束してないと思うにゃ。
Pretty sure I didn't, Nya.
そうですとも。言ってみただけだからな。
Of course you didn't. I was just making it up. And absolutely, Queen, yeah, translation, get the fuck out of my house.
ダルくん、フェリスちゃんを困らせたらダメなんだよ。
Daru-kun, you shouldn't trouble Faris-chan like that.
ほら、オカリンも帰ろう。
Come on, Ocarine, let's go back to the lab. Yeah.
そういえば、今日はやけに静かだったにゃ。どうかしたのにゃ。
You know, Kilma's been awfully quiet, Nya. Something wrong, Nyan?
いや、秋葉を高みから見下ろし、越に入っていただけだ。
Nothing. I was just looking at Akiba, watching the ignorant masses scurry about in the search of momentary sakis from the pain of existence.
さすがオカリン。意味不明なり。
That's Ocarin for you. Batshit crazy. Faris, her dad, and their butler see us off. Her dad tells us to come visit again. Faris' dad seems like a cool guy. He's not pompous like you expect rich people to be. The sun is setting, but there's still a crowd in front of Akiba Station. More foreigners than usual. People come from all over the world to buy electronics and otaku goods at Akiba, but it looks like the satellite is attracting some as well. Man, it's hot. Less than a minute outside and I'm already drenched in sweat. Faris' air-conditioned compartment was a slice of heaven. I'd love air conditioning in the lab, but we don't have that kind of money. Anyway, how about some food? I turn around to ask Daru and Maishi what they think. Mayuri's not there.
マイリはどこへ行った
Huh? Where did Mayuri go?
あれそういえば消えてる
Huh? You're right, she's gone. Right, so we just hit the 3-hour mark. So, because it's close to the end of it, because I'm at work tomorrow again, go back in work, I'm afraid that's where we're going to have to call it for tonight. So we kind of had a bit of a revelation where we've had the past seemingly being that Ferris wanted the ability to go to tournaments. It's an innocent reason, maybe embarrassing, but what's the knock-on effects going to be? I get the feeling there's much more, and we will find out more of this on Tuesday evening when I'm going to be back 2 nights from now. I was about to say Wednesday and then I remembered I switched my days because of the jab. So Tuesday evening, same time, same place, 8 PM BST. But until then, thank you all very, very much for watching, and good night.